Hello, everybody, and welcome to Ludi Tonight. Happy Sunday, everybody. We are getting ready for a triple header coming your way, starting first with Orca Balestra and Galaxy Squids. And on the mic for this match, we have Pinky and Yoko Poke. Both of you, take it away.
Thank you, Falco. Welcome to a happy Sunday, as you said. Triple header, we're going to be starting things off. I am Pinky, joined by the wonderful Yoko Poke, and we're just going to get right into it. Div 3 action between Orca Balestra and Galaxy Squids.
This is going to certainly be an interesting match. Both of these teams are still in the thick of the playoff hunt, even though Galaxy Squids is at 1-2 right now, because their group is really interesting. Everyone in their group has won at least one set, and everyone in their group has lost at least one set. So it's really anyone's game still.
Yeah, I think at this point in week 3, the first seed in the group is 2-1, and Galaxy Squids is 1-2. So it's a little bit do or die for Galaxy Squids if they want to make playoffs, but every team in this group is still absolutely in the race, and this set will be very telling about that going forth. But we're just going to hop right into it. Clamblitz on Crab Lake Capital for game 1, which is one of my personal favorite maps.
I completely agree. I love Crab Lake Capital, and I think Clamblitz is the best mode on it. I cannot wait to start this set this way.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the thing about Clamblitz on this map is that it is pretty stally, but playing this is the one map where I feel like playing neutral is actually fun. Because you can go anywhere and do anything, and you can just do crimes, and it's awesome. And we might just be seeing that as we hop right into game 1 of this first set here in Div 3, Orca Balestra versus Galaxy Squids.
And of course, you immediately see the Zookas coming out from both teams and the Tacticoolers. Everyone knows the meta right now, and they're playing right into it.
I mean, they're Div 3, they're in mid-level, somewhat at the precipice of high level. They know the Zuka's strong. Notably, Galaxy Squids is running an extra Zuka, so I think they win the comp war here. And we're seeing all these V-shots, pressing ZR on that floor, and look at them, Zukas are already flying out.
Yeah, you see, it's totally going to just come down to whoever has more Zukas. That's totally the win con, right?
You jest, but that's it. Ballpoint is going to go down to that jump, is going to get camped, and Asoshi's going to be hopping up here, and Orca Balestra quick to getting a first score in already, getting some more clamps into the basket, trying to hold on to this area. Asoshi's going to be fighting up here. She's going to be trying to chase them out, though, and is able to get that pick. Galaxy Squids is able to stem the bleeding a little bit at 68.
Yeah, really good first push from there in that first minute. We'll see how Galaxy Squids can respond here. We have the Enzep here on the Grapes trying to defend this upper left area, but can't quite do it.
Yeah, 3 down on the side of Orca Balestra. Ballpoint's going to get hunted, going to get immediately taken out by that Inkjet. And Orca Balestra has a fair amount of clams at their disposal, but not enough for a power clam. But Femi is just going to be holding on to this area as much as possible. Here comes the clams, but here comes the Zuka to push out Orca Balestra. Stamper's going to go down pretty early, and yeah, they have the power clam, but they don't have control of the area anymore. But Galaxy Squids had to burn that Zuka just to get Orca Balestra out of their own plat. So, I mean, the advantage is still firmly in favor of Orca Balestra right now.
Yeah, they're really just going to need to get back into mid as soon as they can here. Try to get going with this, because the more they just stall out here, the more time is bled off the clock, even though there's still plenty of time left right now.
Yeah, 3.5 minutes in the game, but that clock's always nice to be cognizant of. A trade happens in mid between the shots, but the Stamper goes down pretty far away, I believe due to a suction bomb, and that's going to be 3 dead. Full wipe on Orca Balestra, and Galaxy Squids has that power claim. Cheese is going to be going right up to that basket, scoring the points, and that V-Shot has a power claim as well. That's going to be the lead switch happening in favor of Galaxy Squids.
We're already getting a nice back and forth here. Galaxy Squids getting it down to 45 and potentially more here. Who knows how far they're going to be able to get it. This is a really good response from them.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really solid response. It is going to be cut down a little bit early, down to 39, but Galaxy Squids had a great time holding that plat, and that Ballpoint is going to get a nice trade on the Zap. We're just going to stop a little bit of that Tacticooler supply from Orca Balestra, which is exactly what Galaxy Squids needs right now. And I mean, at this point, we're just in a neutral game right now. 2.5 minutes left, half the match left to go. Zuka's already on either side, and this Ballpoint is nearing an Inkjet, so we might be seeing a response, but that Zuka's going to get that pick on the Ballpoint right away. Still going to be hunting for more, and Peta is forced to jump out. Galaxy Squids can definitely retake mid if they want to.
Specials being popped on the side of Galaxy Squids as well, but Azuka is responding from Orca Balestra. Ooh, 3 down on the side of Galaxy Squids. Only this Ballpoint left, trying to hang on to their life with this Inkjet. Gets 2 though. Oh my goodness.
Beautiful 2 picks from Aiden there, and actually able to stop Orca Balestra's push forward all on their lonesome Bond and Inkjet. So a little bit of a blunder there, but Galaxy Squids is absolutely going to take it. Ballpoint gets 2 quick assists as well. This Zap hunting for the ballpoint is able to get the pick, and Cheesy is able to keep control of mid for Galaxy Squids there with that pick. And Galaxy Squids has a ton of mid control right now. Orca Balestra really locked on their plat right now. They need some specials and a miracle right now as time is starting to tick down.
Huge exchange there. That's just going to keep bleeding this clock off and just holding mid for Galaxy Squids here. But they do go 3 down right as I say that. Orca Balestra now with a chance to push up and score some points of their own.
Yeah, PETA gets the power claim, but they don't have any control of that area, and they don't have many more clams to begin with. Down at 58, they do have a power claim they could jump, but they're in no position to do that right now. Family's doing all they can to stay alive, as is the Stamper, I believe, but that recall is definitely going to get camped. That's going to be the push, ending at 55 for Orca Balestra. Good, but not good enough. They need to get at least one more push up into the basket, and they only have about a minute to do so.
Yeah, that minute is going to go by really quickly for Orca Balestra here. They just need to regroup as fast as they possibly can, but that ballpoint going down to the Zuka is not going to help.
Yeah, ballpoint going down to Zuka is a disaster, and PETA just jumps off the map, unfortunately. Stamper's going to be gone as well, and another Zuka is popped from Orca Balestra, just trying to hold on to whatever mid they can, but they're just being forced back. Goalie's running forward and gets a nice pick and an assist, and now Galaxy Squids is going to be locking the enemy on their plat, getting another power claim into the basket. 30 seconds left to go, and Galaxy Squids is content to just try and win this team fight.
Yep, the best defense is a good offense here for Galaxy Squids. They do go 3 down on this push, though. Orca Balestra still has a chance to get back in this.
Yeah, signs of life from Orca Balestra, but right now Galaxy Squids has complete and total control of the map. Aiden is trying to hold off this graded area versus the Stamper. 10 seconds to go until overtime is going to begin, but there are 2 specials at the ready, the Zipcaster and the Zuka, so she's going to have to be really careful with the Zuka. Cooler is popped, Inkjet's at the ready, Zuka is popped, it's going to come down to overtime.
Ooh, it's gonna really come down to these fights in mid as well. There's one player isolated over there on that left side. They go down. This ballpoint's got the ball. They need to get it in the basket sooner rather than later. They make a charge for it and get it in. But where are the clams? They need the clams to take the lead.
That they do. 3 are down, but they have the clam economy. They just have to make it to the basket. PETA gets 3. They get the lead just barely in overtime. Orca Balestra gets the comeback in game 1.
Wow, what a game 1. An overtime victory. I'm telling you, crab leg clams, easily one of the best map modes in the game. I love this thing.
I mean, look, it is a little bit of a Zuka haven, so it might not be the most fun in this meta, but I promise you, once Zuka subsides, this is going to be a great map. And I mean, Orca Balestra and Galaxy Squids showing just that. Very competitive back and forth game. Galaxy Squids had the lead for the majority of the match, but Orca Balestra just able to sneak through at the end. Let's take another look at that overtime push.
Yeah, I think what happened with this overtime push is just that ballpoint was not able to be picked off, and they were able to sneak that ball in. And after they were able to do that, the rest of the team was able to successfully just get the exact amount of clams they need and sneak those in too.
Yeah, I think the Zap went left as the sort of sacrificial lamb, and that made 3 of Galaxy Squids look at them, and the rest of Orca Balestra was able to just use the chaos as a way to get a few more picks and get all the control they needed to swim the ballpoint up to the basket, and from there was utter pandemonium on the enemy plat, and Orca Balestra just so happened to come out ahead.
Well, we're going to shift into game 2 here now, and my opinion of the map has changed. I am not personally a fan of Umami Ruins. What about you, Pinky?
Guys, point and laugh at the Tetris piece. It's the little zigzag one, isn't it? Isn't that so original? Yeah. It is a split zones map. I mean, I don't know. It's Umami Zones. We've been kind of playing it for a while. It's split zones. It's very good for Pencil because Pencil can paint the zones really well and give a lot of coolers on this map while being pretty hard to challenge. And Zuka.
Zuka indeed. There's just, I don't know how you really challenge Zuka on this map in particular. It's one of those maps that I feel like you can tell exactly someone's gonna pop Zuka right there and you still die to it, you know?
Well, you see, the way to challenge Zuka is to 1, react to it, and 2, use another Zuka. Because, you know, reactable
yes,
Zuka's
the best
only.
counter to Zuka.
Anarchy Nova is coming out on the side of Galaxy Squids.
Oh my gosh, what patch is this? Double Inkjet?
This is not something I expected, but Galaxy Squids is going to roll with it, going to try and get that inkjet spam. I'm not sure how effective it's going to be on this map, but both these teams opting to stick with the ballpoint and going to be having the NZAP be their cooler supply. Inkjet is popped by this Anakin Nova, trying to find one, but the ballpoint is just going to run away. Control is in favor of Orca Balestra, but these zones are super easy to contend.
Yeah, Orca Balestra does go 3 down on this hold, though, meaning the zone is going to flip very quickly back into Galaxy Squid's favor here. That shot, though, overextending a little bit.
Yeah, but I mean, when you're cooler, what really counts as overextending? You know, all mistakes are just not really mistakes. They get fixed super easily. Galaxy is going to take that lead. Pete is going to be zip casting into mid, but they get taken out as well. Orca Balestra goes 2 down. Zuka is going to be popped as a desperation play, but Zuka goes down too. It's just the Zap trying to just guard this tactical cooler, but Galaxy Squids just have to paint a little bit of that zone if they can get that cap and continue their lead.
Yeah, I do wonder, they just kind of left that zone unpainted for just a few seconds there. I really hope it doesn't come back to bite them in the end.
Yeah, I mean, that was like 10 points would have gone down in that time, so hopefully that doesn't come back to bite them. Hopefully I'm not foreshadowing.
Oh,
and there's the disconnect.
The
you hate to see it. I think we are in replay territory, potentially. I don't know the rules. It looks like they're playing it out, though.
Not knowing the rules. They are playing it out, and I believe in pretty much every tournament the rule is if you play it out, it counts. So it's going to count if they keep playing it out.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate for Galaxy Squids. They had a strong hold. I guess it bit them in another way that we didn't expect, but Stammer's going to get the end. Yeah, Gold is just going to end that battle. I believe we're going to be heading right over to a replay because both these teams had 50 points or more remaining at the time of the disconnect.
Can we talk about that Nova pick, though? Really quick?
Yeah, sure. To be honest, I still don't know why. It looks like it was the Zap that disconnected right there, right as Peta goes down to that suction bomb. So peculiar timing, I guess. Maybe that suction bomb misfired at the Zap for some reason, but yeah. Anakin Nova is strange. It can kind of just spam paint on the zone, but the paint isn't that exceptional, and it can just pop inkjets. But like inkjet, I mean, it's solid on this map, but it's nothing spectacular in my opinion.
I'm really curious to see when we actually get around to fully playing this match how that's going to end up, because it was looking like it was cooking. We just didn't see what kind of meal it was cooking yet.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been cooking some Kraft mac and cheese. It could have been cooking like a nice steak. Who knows? We did see the ballpoint pop an inkjet and headshot that Zuka right away, which got Galaxy Squid some control there for a little bit, but that's not going to be counting in the final version of this game, unfortunately, as we should hopefully be heading towards a replay in our near future.
And just as you say, here it comes.
Here it comes, ready or not, here we go, round 2. Same comps are going to be coming around all across the board, and we're just going to get right on into it. Game 2 for the first time for sure.
Yeah, there was nothing else that just happened. Just ignore anything you might have seen.
Cheesy's running the Splatfest team.
Oh no!
They have ability doubler. Oh god. I mean, hey, it's Zap. It's Zap. It might be intentional. Who knows?
The ability doubler strats.
No. Oh my god. And that's gonna be Orca Balestra getting a early capital zone once again. But this is exactly what happened last game. And Galaxy Squids more than content to sit back a little bit. Goldie popping that Zuka, gonna get 2 nice and chits, but none of them are gonna go down. Goldie's actually gonna go down instead, and 2 are down on the side of Galaxy Squids and Orca Balestra in a change from game 1, continuing their hold ever longer.
Yeah. Did they just like keep the hold between games? You know?
They manifested the advantage between games. Goldie's gonna be chilling over here.
Galaxy Squids are still looking to retake in between full games.
Yeah, they've been losing control for like 2 minutes. It's been crazy. But 3 are gonna go down to the side of Orca Balestra. A beautiful double from Oreo, triple from Goldie, I believe. Actually, I don't even know what the kill counts are there, but that's gonna be Galaxy Squids taking control of the zone for the first time in this game.
First time in 2 games, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, the Zuka's coming out here, not actually finding any picks as a Zipcaster flies over everyone.
Yeah, Peter's going to be just trying to cause as much chaos as possible. Going to get people to look at them. It's finally going to go down, though, and that's going to be 2 dead on the side of Orca Balestra. This way, they're going to be spanned out from this Nova, who just recalled from the Ancient, and that's going to be Galaxy Squids taking the lead, and 1 from Orca Balestra forced to jump to spawn, and now Galaxy Squids exhibiting another very strong hold.
Yeah, that timer's ticking down quickly. Orca Balestra has to do something to retake here. This jet being popped, we'll see if it can get anything done.
Yeah, but 2 are already down on Orca Balestra, and this is kind of their last chance. Femi's going to be forced to retreat, but only 20 points left on this zone, and right now, Galaxy Squids just going to be holding on for dear life. Another Inkjet is in their near future. Zones are contested though by the ball point. One zone is going to be taken, the other is neutralized, I believe. Yeah, both zones are neutralized right now. Paint battle on zone 2 versus 2 going to be happening. Goldie, Bobby, and Weavy trying to get the pick on Femi. Each zone is being held by one team in particular, but neither team can get the full control. Galaxy Squid is going to be able to do it, but it is going to be a contention here. Right now, Orca Ballestra is on their last legs. They're trying to fight forward as much as possible. Massive team fight in mid. Stamper is finally going to go down. Zuka gets popped, going to get taken out as well. This zone is being contested every which way.
Oh my gosh, just a mad fight in the middle, just for everything. But Galaxy Squids will come out on top and take game 2, evening the set at 1-1.
I felt like an auctioneer. My goodness. I had to come up for air like 3 times in mid-speech.
Oh my goodness. What a statement, coming back from a disconnect and actually winning the game.
Yeah, Galaxy Squids needed their fourth a little bit to seal that one up, but now the set count is going to be 1-1, and I mean, just 2 games and we're already seeing how evenly matched both these teams are.
Oh, I gotta also note, ability doubler worked. Ability
Hey,
doubler
it worked out! It was intentional!
Don't slouch on ability doubler, guys. It's the best ability in the game, trust me.
Yeah, I mean, we are in the final hour of that Splatfest, so, I mean, that shirt might just magically vanish in the middle of the set, and then Cheesy's going to be very confused. But we might see. But just look at this hold happening, just utter pandemonium happening on this left zone right now. And so many players going down, but Galaxy Squids gets that final hold. 3 go down on Orca Ballestra, and that zap cannot make magic happen alone. Wipeout's going to happen, and the score out is going to happen as well.
Yeah, really good play from Galaxy Squids there to even that game. But next up, we'll move on to Hagglefish Market Tower Control. This is nowadays my preferred mode on Hagglefish. What about you, Pinky?
Yeah, in my opinion, this is absolutely the best mode on Hagglefish. I know it might be controversial, but I really don't like zones on this map. I think tower control is just really nice. The flanks are the best that they're ever going to be. The tower jumps are really nice. And it just takes a lot of advantage on the right side of the map, but there's a lot of places you can still defend from. However, once you get past that second checkpoint, that is absolutely when things start to get really dicey. Second checkpoint is, of course, easy to defend in a similar vein to Mako Mart, but that last checkpoint can just absolutely snowball in no time. And, I mean, Bubbler in that last area is really nice. We might just see some Bubbler play happen as a counter to the Zookas.
Yeah, they're in that most recent patch, not Bubbler directly was not buffed, but a lot of weapons that have Bubbler were, so maybe we'll see one potentially.
Yeah, we're seeing the Wiper come out instead of the Stamper, and we're going to be seeing guys who are sticking with the same comp, or going back to the Game 1 comp. No more Anarchy Nova, that was a fun little gimmick, but we got out of what we would. Cheesy switched back out of that ability doubler shirt. We're back to all is right in the world.
Yeah, I mean, ability doubler unbeaten, for sure.
100% win rate, for sure. Zuka's already going to find the pick on the ball point, though. 2 go down on the side of Galaxy Squids as opposed to 1 on the side of Orca Ballestra. And Orca Ballestra first to touch tower, but 2 go down on their side as well. And the Zap is going to be forced to retreat. Going to be trying to dancing around. Is able to get the 1v1 on Cheesy, though, and that's going to continue Orca Ballestra's push just a little bit.
Yeah, really huge play from that Zap there. They were very much about to go down, but were able to at least get 1 pick there before going down on that ramp. Zuka being popped now gets 2.
Oh, man.
Orca Ballestra's push continues.
Yeah, and we nerfed Zuka to prevent accidental Zuka kills. Meanwhile, here comes Sochi just absolutely not caring, gets 2 nice kills, and that's going to be Orca Ballestra. Getting through that first checkpoint, Hammer's going to be taken out well into enemy spawn, but Orca Ballestra does not care, continues to surge forward, down to 46, but that looks like that's going to be their push stalled a little bit as 2 go down. This Wiper is going to be trying to fight as much as possible. Peta is going to go down, 3 down on either side, and it looks like Orca Ballestra is forced to retreat at this point.
They gotta be happy about that first push, though. Breaking that first checkpoint's pretty nice for them.
Yeah, a little schmoovy, a little snazzy. Inkjet battle happening right now in mid. Looks like the Inkjet on the side of Orca Ballestra is going to be forced to back off just a little bit, but Galaxy Squids has a good amount of mid control right now. Can be the landing, but they do get taken out. Galaxy Squids trying to push in a 3v4, but they only have the Zuka as their special online, and counter Zuka's coming out from Orca Ballestra. 2 go down like Galaxy Squids, and that push is going to get stopped very, very early.
Yeah, it's been all Orca Ballestra so far for this game as they're making another push here, although the ballpoint does get picked off that tower, stopping that push dead in its tracks.
Yeah, oh, trade happens in the court. That's a trade that Orca Ballestra is going to take. They are still up in terms of numbers, but this Zap is going to be trying to hold on for dear life. They're so close to that cooler, and that's going to be popped right now. It's going to be a massive win in the sails of Orca Ballestra, and this game has just been all OB this entire time. 3 minutes left to go. Galaxy Squids has to make something happen.
Yeah, we do see another Zuka being popped on the side of Galaxy Squids, trying to just get something going. They do get one, and 2 are down. Orca Balestra, this is their chance.
Yeah, Galaxy Squids is going to try and rally around that tower. Ori is going to be chilling over here, holding onto that Zuka. Hammer's going to go down. One of the shots is going to go down as well. Zuka is going to be popped, trying to find a pick onto the tent, but Femi is going to be oh so evasive, hard to intercept. Galaxy Squids has made it to that first checkpoint. It's going to come down to this fight. Peta cannot drop safely, though. They're so low on HP, but here comes the Inkjet coming out from Femi. It's going to be forced to recall. That's going to be the first checkpoint going to Galaxy Squids. Peta falls off the map once again, and 3 are down on the side of Galaxy Squids. It's just Femi on the ball point. Aiden pole dancing in is able to get that lead for Galaxy Squids, and now they're at the second checkpoint.
This second checkpoint will be huge. If they can get past it, they might just snowball all the way to the victory, and they do.
They do just that, but the bomb camps the landing. 3 go down on Galaxy Squids. That push is going to be stopped at 28, but 2 checkpoints down, and now Orca Balestra on the back foot with 2 minutes left to go.
Yeah, that checkpoint break was huge. They are now forcing Orca Balestra to break that second checkpoint if they want to win this game.
And I'd imagine Orca Balestra wants to win this game. I mean, this was theirs to right. Peta is going to try and pop Hammer, but to no avail. Terrible special, unfortunately. But that's going to be a shot trade happening in mid. I believe the Wiper goes down once again. Peta's having no luck with his weapon, unfortunately, and Goalie goes down as well. Femi trying to hold down the court in mid here for Orca Balestra, but they have to start moving forward. Inkjet is going to help do just that as Orca Balestra is swarming into the enemy territory as they're trying to push the tower ever forward. 3 versus 3 happening. We do see one number of guys with on that flank, and Orca Balestra just trying to push as much as possible.
Yeah, they're very quickly approaching this second check here. They really, really need to get this as soon as they possibly can. Only 1 minute left on the clock here, but they go 2 down.
Yeah, and it's just a mid-fight happening right now, 2 versus 1. It goes in favor of Orca Balestra, and they do have 4 versus 2, but they're staring down to Zuka. Zuka is able to find the pick onto the zap. Ballpoint is going to be on the tower once again, super close to Inkjet. It's Ballpoint versus Waifu versus 3. Both specials are activated right now. Hammer's going to be popped. All numbers are up on both teams. 40 seconds left to go. It's going to come down to the wire here, potentially in overtime.
That ballpoint getting picked right as they pop that Inkjet is huge. That leaves no specials on the side of Orca Balestra, and they get wiped out. With only 30 seconds left on the clock.
They stray too far from each other. They forget the friends they made along the way, and they all go down with 30 seconds left to go. Now 20 seconds on the clock, and Orca Balestra, I don't even know if they can touch tower at this point. Galaxy Squids has such complete control. 15 seconds to go, and the ballpoint has the Inkjet for the defense. The only special that Orca Balestra has is Zuka right now. Just caught an Inkjet as well, but Sochi is in such an uncomfortable spot. 2 go down on Orca Balestra. Galaxy Squids, Femi's trying to make magic happen, but they go down. Sochi hopping onto the tower is able to get one. Sochi's on the tower controlling it, but Aiden's going to get that pick, and that's going to be... Peta's just jumping out. All of Orca Balestra's just jumping out.
It's not over yet.
Now it's over.
We were seeing just little tidbits of a miracle. Very, very little, but not quite. Galaxy gets locked down and takes the lead in the set 2-1.
Felt like Casper the Friendly Ghost was jumping on the tower. Big Man the Friendly Ghost even. I don't even know. But Galaxy Squids is going to get that hold with a very nice push at the 2-minute mark up against Orca Balestra to take that lead, and just beautiful defense. The defensive play on this map is so solid, and Galaxy Squids exhibiting that beautifully there in the last 15 seconds of this match.
Yeah, and we get into this replay here, just recapping the last little bit of this match. In a second here, we just have to look at what happened on tower here. I don't even know how to describe it. Like, people were touching tower...
Well, okay.
Not pushing tower, pushing the tower, not pushing the tower.
It starts with Sochi getting that Zuka pick onto the enemy shot to begin overtime, and then Peta jumps in, and then Normal is just trying to push forward, and then the ballpoint jumps in, Normal gets taken out, and Femi jumps in, finally gets taken out for the wipeout. Shades of Splatoon 1 Mori TC for all of you old heads that remember those times.
Oh my gosh, what a throwback.
Speaking of throwback, we're throwing it back to the Splatoon 2 classic Rainmaker Sturgeon for Game 4.
Rainmaker Sturgeon is one of those modes I feel like we saw a lot at the beginning of Splatoon 3, but has just slowly fallen out of favor over time, and I've only really seen it played in Ludi nowadays.
I feel like that can be said for Sturgeon Shipyard in general. I feel like everyone was really jazzed up about it at the beginning of the game, and now everyone's just kind of tired of it.
Yeah, I still think it's a solid map. I don't think it's anything absolutely incredible, but it's a solid little map that you can play on, have some good games on, and hopefully we'll see a good game with this Game 4.
Yeah, Rainmaker on this map is interesting. A lot of teams will opt to push high and left because that is the safer route, but down to the right in the court is absolutely a fast way to get points and a very fast way to continue your push going just because of how quickly you can get points done. And also, if you go on the left side, you have to wait for that wall to fall down, and that is going to take a decent amount of time, which can stall any good push.
Yeah, and as we get started here, I do have to note the 52 gal appearing out of Orca Balestra. We got to see how that whale works with that new buff. But as I say that, they immediately picked off. Maybe I shouldn't have spoken.
Yeah, 52 gal. Just a bloodbath happening in the court of I believe, Galaxy Squids right there. Femi's going to be the last one alive on Orca Balestra, though, as all of them go down. And Galaxy Squids has a firm control of mid, but not quite picking up that Rainmaker yet. They're just opting to stay in this neutral until they get a good advantage. Aiden almost falls off the map, but is able to stay dry. But 3 go down on Galaxy Squids, and Orca Balestra is actually the first to grab the Rainmaker. Femi going to be taken all the way left, but Aiden is going to be here with the crossfire on the ballpoint.
Yeah, Orca Balestra here. Let's see if they can get this checkpoint. Zuka's trying to stop them, but they will get the check, which is...
Yeah, Femi's able to get that checkpoint, and they're able to get the other pop, but they're waiting for that wall to fall. Gonna take a bit, and that's gonna be enough time for Aiden to pop that Inkjet and get the pick on the Maker, and gets another 3 go down on the side of Orca Balestra. It's just the zap. Normal fighting for their lives, and is gonna get taken out there. That's gonna be a full wipe on Orca Balestra as Galaxy Squids is able to stem the bleeding a little bit at 53, and now they're making a charge for the enemy checkpoint here in the court area.
Yeah, big stop for Galaxy Squids there, as they'll get the checkpoint quite easily as well. Of course, Orca Balestra was able to get that just slightly more points, meaning that they still have the lead here.
Yeah, they were able to do it first, and they were able to get a great, 3 down scenario, and that just forced the last one to go down as penance. So 55 to 53, scores are relatively even, but in a minute and a half, both checkpoints are broken. Soshi just hopping all the way in, gets a pick on Aiden, beats a crab weapon that 52 gal, but that's going to be the 2 members of Orca Balestra trying to push the Rainmaker. It's just normal on the Rainmaker, though, trying to retreat to mid, but here we see Oreo trying to hunt them down as Normal's forced to run back ever farther.
Yeah, really important there that Rainmaker didn't actually get picked off, preventing that wipe and preventing Galaxy Squids from really taking mid for free there. This Rainmaker is even still alive right now.
It's got to explode soon. Yeah, that timer's got to be low, and it's just going to explode, probably in this Rainmaker free zone. 2 are finally able to swarm and get that pick on the Rainmaker, but Orca Balestra stalled a lot of time off that clock, and they do have a small lead, but it's not a safe lead by any means. Galaxy Squids can absolutely get another push going. They just have to get it there pretty much, and they do have the Inkjet on the way to sort of clear the members of Orca Balestra out the way, and that is going to be impossible. You can get just swarmed immediately as 2 go down on Galaxy Squids.
Yeah, they're still trying to get this Rainmaker out of this awkward spot down here in what we love to call Fight Club.
The biggest rule of Fight Club is we never talk about Fight Club, but here we don't really have a choice. See, that's where the Rainmaker is, and now Rainmaker's making it out of Fight Club, and Orca Balestra trying to extend their lead, but they get taken down by Oreo there. Still just chilling up here on the snipe area. It's going to be Papa Dazuka trying to find Soshi. Soshi is able to run away alive, and they're trying to find all the members of Orca Balestra they can. Galaxy is trying to leave no stone unturned because they have to get all of Orca Balestra out of their area if they even want to think about getting a push. 3 down on Orca Balestra, though. Galaxy Squids trying to make a push happen. Femi is incredibly weak, gets taken out by the Rainmaker. This Rainmaker trying to run left, changes course, goes right. That path is painted for them. Red carpet laid out, and that's going to be the lead for Galaxy Squids.
Yeah, lead swaps with less than 100 seconds to go, and that Rainmaker is still firmly in Orca Balestra's ink. We'll see if Galaxy Squids can do anything, although that Zap's jumping out and the ballpoint's still back in spawn, so maybe not.
Yeah, what they're going to do is going to try to set up a defense, but here comes that Zuka to crash through it. Zuka is able to get a half, but is not able to find the pick on the ballpoint. Minute 16 left to go on the clock. 1 down on Orca Balestra as they're trying to hold this snipe area. Demi is going to be the Rainmaker carrier, which means no Inkjet on this push. Oreo is going to drop down, gets the pick on the Rainmaker, but the Rainmaker still in dangerous territory for Galaxy Squids.
These defenses have been really good for both teams. This is very much a map that could snowball, although that Zuka's coming in clutch right when they need it.
Peter was able to get 2 very nice picks, but the Rainmaker's still not safe. Inkjet and Zuka are just trying to find this pick as all the members are jumping in. Zuka is able to find the pick onto Soshi. Peter trying to stall on this window, but gets taken down. 2 down on Orca Balestra. Galaxy was trying to hold onto this defense.
That timer's ticking down. They only just need to hold this Rainmaker here for 30 more seconds, and then this game is theirs.
Yeah, and with PETA going down, there's all of Orca Balestra forced to respawn out of mid, and this Rainmaker's probably going to respawn to mid as well. But 2 go down on Galaxy Squids. Orca Balestra still has signs of life, a fighting chance to bring it to a tied game. 15 seconds till overtime starts. They need this pop, and they're going to get it.
Yeah, honestly, this is a very achievable lead here. They just really need to pick off these members of Galaxy Squid sooner rather than later.
Yeah, Femi is going to be forced to grab the Rainmaker, not going to have any kind of inkjet for this push. Overtime is started, and the members of Orca Balestra are just trying to fan out, trying to get any kind of advantage they can, but Sochi goes down 3 versus 3 right now, and one is going to be dropping behind, I believe. Femi's going to be forced to run forward a little bit onto the spinner. Inkjet is popped from Galaxy Squids on this defense, and Orca Balestra just trying to push up slowly but surely. But they get taken out.
Rainmaker's picked off.
I think it was from the inkjet that Aiden was popping, but regardless, Galaxy Squids is going to hold on to that lead once again in overtime and take it up 3-1 right now.
I'm not gonna lie, I was starting to get worried there. I saw both V shots go down on the side of Galaxy Squids there, and I got worried that no Zuka. How are they gonna pick off this Rainmaker? But that inkjet came in clutch right when they needed it, and they'll take that game.
Yeah, Galaxy Squid said it's a shame that there's another AoE long-range special in this game that we can just pop pretty safely. And, I mean, hey, they're going to take that all the way to the bank. Just this overtime was absolutely chaotic. Members of both teams were trying to fan out all over the place, just trying to desperately surround this objective as best as possible. Sochi goes down, and Goldie falls off the map. That's what I thought they were going to be flicking around.
Gosh.
Oreo gets taken out as well.
Have they fall off the map? I feel like that's like the 3rd time we've seen someone fall off the map in this set.
Yeah, cross off your bingo cards, but Aiden's going to be popping this inkjet, going to be trying to find the pick onto the Maker, and yeah, just shoot some swear between the eyes to get that game for Galaxy Squids. Wow, are we gonna watch the fall off map? Okay, we're not. I thought we might.
Let us publicly shame every member who falls off the map in any mode.
Oh boy, Pogue, it's the moment we've been waiting for. What map is next?
Oh, this is Scorch Gorge, and I'm sorry, chat, but your commentators are currently the biggest haters of Scorch Gorge on the planet.
Yeah, this map kind of doo-doo. I am HO. I'm not a huge fan of this map, especially on Clan, but it's very, very stally. It's going to take forever to get a push materialized, but both these teams are really going to have to carefully manage their resources. Any one player going down can cause the balance to just absolutely explode, or it can just cause more neutral play. Who's to say? I mean, we're going to see it right here now as we head into Game 5 of the set between Orca Balestra and Galaxy Squids.
Alright, we see the Stamper coming back out from Orca Balestra. We'll see if that Zipcaster can get anything done.
Yeah, I mean, Pete has been experimenting with a few other weapons, you know, some V-shots and Wiper, but in the end, Stamper is tried and true. And, I mean, they've been putting to work with it throughout the set, and we're just going to get right into some neutral play. Stamper gets taken out by the Zuka that was definitely not reactable, and Zuka gets another on the zap.
Yeah, no, you can't react to Zuka. That's just one of the truths of life, right?
I mean, I guess so. And just a bloodbath happening on the enemy side as Galaxy Squids pushing up so fast. Goldie's just spearheading this push by themselves right now, popping another Zuka, but he gets taken out by the enemy Zuka because Zuka is inevitable.
Take a drink every time someone says Zuka.
Deal.
Anyway, almost a minute bled off the clock right now, and no team has really got a solid hold yet.
Yeah, all the clams on Galaxy Squids are being held by this NZAP. Meanwhile, Orca Balestra slowly building up that clam economy, but 2 go down as Oreo makes this push onto the bridge. 3 down on the side of Orca Balestra, and Galaxy Squids is going to try and get a claim into that basket. Cheesy's going to be jumping right towards there, popping that tactical, and going to get that claim in the basket for a quick score for Galaxy Squids.
Yeah, that first score is going in, but it doesn't look like they have any more clams to throw in. They don't have control of that basket area.
Yeah, and Orca Balestra is able to force them out very fast. Going to kill the ballpoint, which is the main clam carrier, which means Galaxy Squids lost a lot of their clam economy from that push. One is going to jump out as PETA tries to hunt for them and tries to dodge the Zuka as well. Is going to be able to stay alive right now. Orca Balestra just trying to retake mid however they can, and they get 2 down on Galaxy Squids.
Yeah, Galaxy Squids here on the back foot, trying to defend their basket as best they can. Ball's approaching with the Zuka at the ready. This looks like it might be point soon.
Yeah, Sochi trying to put this football in there, finally able to get it in, and that's going to be the lead in favor of Orca Balestra on this push. 3 minutes left to go. 2 go down. Stamper gets a beautiful pick. 3 down on the side of Galaxy Squids, and another Zipcaster pick. That's going to be the wipe up, but no more clams make it to the basket. It closes a little too soon. Orca Balestra going to have to wait a solid 15 seconds for the basket to reopen.
Yeah, during those 15 seconds, they're just going to kind of just trying to hold this basket area as best they can, get as many clams at the ready so they can score even more points.
Yeah, they're just trying to hold onto this area as long as possible. Basket is finally dropping in, but they don't have the control here to get a safe push. Ballpin's going to go down. It's just the zap with all their clams, and that's not going to be a push for Orca Balestra anytime soon to go down, and Galaxy is trying to retake mid as best as possible.
Yeah, I'm sorry, there's a constant mid-scuffling here. I'm just trying to grasp onto something here. To go down on the side of Orca Balestra, giving Galaxy Squids an opportunity, but they don't seem to want to take any more space with their one player down on their side.
Yeah, it kind of feels like these teams are just playing tug of war a little bit, because you really just have this flip-flop control of mids, and ever so rarely you do get a push going on the other side, and you really have to make it count, and Galaxy Squids were able to do just that and are trying to fight through mid. Goldie gets the pick onto the ball point. They have control of the tower as well. She's going to drop it right into enemy arms, and that's going to be the both stats being taken down, and Azuka gets the pick on the ball point, but these players just respawn lightning quick with all the tactical are being thrown out.
Yeah, it's still looking like no one's really got a solid push here past mid. Maybe Orca Balestra has some control here, but gets unreactable Zuka once again.
Yeah, Goldie's had that golden aim this entire set here. A minute and a half remain. We've just been locked in neutral for quite a while. A minute 20 to go. But at this point, Orca Balestra's content to keep this neutral going as long as possible because they have a very solid lead right now to go down on the side of Galaxy Squids. And Galaxy Squids, you can see they're starting to panic here. They don't have that much time left to go in this match, and they don't have to be forced to make an overtime push.
Yeah, Orca Balestra up a score. You know the vibes. Camp up.
Instead of that 10, Sammy's going to be running right in, get that basket breaker once again, and I mean, that's just more score going to Orca Balestra here. Galaxy Squids is going to have another power claim to play with once this basket is going to close, and it's probably going to close pretty soon. Yeah, that's going to be most of the members being taken out to go down on Orca Balestra, and that's the basket closing. So Galaxy Squids has another pity clan to play with, and they have a bit of time, but they have to be hasty here.
Yeah, that pity clam is going to be huge. That's 20 points. That'll be the 10 off the penalty plus 10 more. They will need all of those clams if they want to make this push.
Yeah, just the 2 power clams in will get their score down to 50, and that's going to be really close to getting that lead for them. But this Zap is flirting with danger here up on this tower. 15 seconds to go until this overtime happens, and it's going to be forced to be an overtime push. Stamper goes down, but so does the shot. It's 3 versus 3 as we head 10 seconds left to go before this overtime.
Yeah, Galaxy Squid's still just trying to look to get something going, and they just can't. Oh, they do get 2 down, though. This is their opportunity to push up in this overtime push.
Yeah, but the ballboy's going to be controlling the ramp as much as possible, but one jumps out. GG's going to throw down the cooler, going to try to evade the ballboy. Ballboy goes down, but the Stamper gets the pick on the ball carrier, but the Stamper goes down to Goldie as well. 10 seconds left in overtime, and the basket is broken in favor of Galaxy Squids. They have to get as many claims as possible. Aiden gets one, but the pity is not going to be able to be jumped. GG's just hovering under the basket, trying to get the pity jump, but there's no more time. They're a little bit too late, a day late and $1 short. Orca Balestra takes game 5.
Oh, just that little flip back to the other basket, just to see the pity clam just waiting there, waiting to be picked up, and just not picked up in time to get into that basket on the other side of the map.
I felt like I heard that pity cry out in despair because they were like, take me to the other basket, please! But
win the game, please!
But alas, Orca Balestra is able to stop Galaxy Squids from going up 4-1. That is pretty massive, keeping things close here, even so far down. Gonna get a nice replay there as we go into that last little bit of defense. Utter pandemonium happening on the enemy ramp here.
Yeah, this was just a huge scuffle with who knows, like, who was really getting the advantage here. Trades going left and right. A ball does go in, but it just wasn't quite enough.
Yeah, Aiden sneaks another one in there, but they had to have that continuation. They had to have that hold, and Orio's going to go down. Jesus is just the last bastion, gets a nice trade, but that's going to be PETA with that Stamper. Going to get that defense, and Goldie grabs the claim, but just a little bit too slow. And Orca Balestra keeping the score close as we head on to Game 6 on Zones Brine Water.
Yeah, it's not Tricolor Brine Water, it's Zones Brine Water.
Yeah, I'm sure all of us Splatfest lovers have seen enough Brine Water for one lifetime. Psych, here it is again.
I've seen so many people, this is the worst Tricolor stage. No, this is the worst Tricolor stage yet.
Don't we love Splatfest? It's a good thing we're not playing that here. We're playing Splat Zones instead as we head into Game 6. Same call from Orca Balestra and same call from Galaxy Squids. No more A-Nova here. We're just going to be sticking it old and fashioned.
Yeah, this is a map that I've seen lots of strikes come out on this map, but not in recent times. Recent times is just kind of another map you run the meta on.
Yeah, and I mean, the meta is kind of changing, but we haven't really been seeing any kind of crabs or bubbles that we've been seeing pop up a little bit more lately. But, I mean, these teams won Azuka, and so they shall. Here we go. We're starting the match right off with Galaxy Squids with Orca Balestra getting that first hold, but Galaxy Squids going to respond with a hold of their own. Ancient's going to find a nice pick over there on the right side of the map, and Galaxy Squids going to be pushing forward. Gets the pick onto the Stamper, though, and that's going to be the lead switch going in their favor.
Yeah, it's going to be huge here if Galaxy Squids can get any further than on the zone here. Brine Water is a map that you can hold very well, but it's also a map that the zone can flip easily on.
Yeah, Goldie's trying to find whatever picks they can. Is able to get one. It's just the ballpoint left for Orca Balestra, and Galaxy Squids going to continue their hold, but ballpoint is able to find two and trying to fight their way back into their side. Goldie's going to be popping that Zuka, tries to find the pick on the Pita, just missing it as Pita's going to recover by this little pillow here, but the Galaxy Squid score is pushing down ever more. Orca Balestra has to move fast.
Yeah, Orca Balestra does get that zone cap, which was very huge there, as Galaxy Squid has already pushed it down to 42 with just over a minute gone in this game.
Yeah, 3 go down to Orca Balestra, but Galaxy Squids go 2 down themselves. They are able to get the zone back, but Orca Balestra's already back, fighting for the zone and able to get the cap themselves. As another Ancient gets popped, it's just a death pit in mid.
The classic instance of everyone just exploding as soon as they touch any pixel of mid.
That's the classic. That's the S3 classic. We love our bowls, and that's going to be the Zap exploding as soon as they touch the enemy ramp from Soshi here, but 2 of Galaxy Squids are able to drop in. Soshi's able to find another trade. Beautiful plays coming out from them, but Galaxy Squids is going to hold on to the zone ever more. Contentions happening. Zuka is able to snipe the Ancient out of the sky, but Orca Balestra able to cap the zone themselves, and Orca Balestra really needs a strong push. They have not been able to push past this 80-point mark whatsoever. Finally able to clear it. They need a much stronger hold if they want the lead, though.
Yeah, this is Orca Balestra's time here if they want to get this lead back. They really need to just keep this zone painted in their color, but of course there's all sorts of contesting coming out from Galaxy Squids at every single moment.
Yeah, it's just been such a back and forth set this entire time. Galaxy Squids just trying to hold on this lead, but they're about to lose it, it seems. Orca Balestra gets that lead right back from them. 2.5 minutes left in the game, but 30 points on the zone timer left to go, and it's quickly taking down, and Galaxy Squids running out of time, running out of options here. Inkjet's going to be forced to be popped most likely, but Galaxy Squids is not going to be able to paint the zone with just that.
Oh,
3 down,
wipeout on the side of Orca Balestra, right when they needed it. Galaxy Squids gets that huge wipe, and suddenly the momentum swung completely in their favor.
I will say, Galaxy Squids, they got that clutch factor in them. They know how to play when their backs are against the wall, and they've been doing that beautifully this whole set. 2 versus 2 happening in mid, though. The specials are able to get the zone back in favor of Orca Balestra, and it's just the V-shot left for Galaxy Squids here as they need to make this retake.
That V-shot did try to pop a Zuka there, but they did get picked off, meaning that Galaxy Squids might be getting a little staggered here if they can't regroup in time.
Yeah, just look at the suction bombs Orca and Balestra are just poking with, and it's just making it so hard for Galaxy Squids to even approach, because those bombs can just pop at any moment, it feels like. Goldie popping another Zuka, trying to find whatever picks they can, but they're not able to find any. Meanwhile, Pita gets the pick in return, going to be challenged by 2 members of Galaxy Squids, is able to get the revenge with the Zuka, and Galaxy Squids has no time left. Orca Balestra out of their penalty. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, it seems like. And Orca Balestra takes a very strong game 6, tying the set 3-3.
Yeah, just in that push there, Galaxy Squids got just a little bit, just a tiny bit staggered, and that's all Orca Balestra needed to just take that all the way and win that game.
Yeah, it seems like we might be seeing a Game 9 here. It seems like Splatoon Tourney is the arbiter of Game 9s, because 3-3, tied set, fist bump all around, but there is still so much Splatoon left to be played in this best of 9 series.
Yeah, and at this point, we've just now reached a best of 3 instead of a best of 9, with it being even at 3-3.
Yeah, that's true. These teams each have to win 2 more games if they wish to take the set, but only one of them can do it. Gold is popping a desperate Zuka, just trying to find one, but just barely missing the heads of Orca Balestra as Pita is able to get the pick, is able to stall 2 members of Galaxy Squids just long enough for another Zuka to find the pick on Cheesy. And with that, there's just no manpower left for Galaxy Squids to contest the zone, as they're just forced to helplessly watch the zone timer tick down.
Yeah, really strong play there from Orca Balestra. But now we're going to have to move into the final 3 games here. We're going to be moving into tower control on Ship-Shape Cargo Co. What do you think of this map, Pinky?
I love this map. I don't know how controversial it is. We're just going to get right into it. I love this map a lot. A lot of places you can move around. That tower path is very fun. It is a long gap between that first and second checkpoint, and those can kind of be free points, but it goes both sides. And that last checkpoint is very easy to defend and very hard to push through, but once you get through it, you are rewarded with a beautiful knockout.
Yeah, it looks like we have the exact same comps coming out from both teams here. Both teams very confident in their abilities to win with their current strategies.
Yeah, I mean, both these teams feel so incredibly comfortable with what they got going. And Galaxy Squids showing their comfort here, getting that immediate win on that team fight, 4 versus 2, and Aiden's going to be riding this tower, it seems, as 2 members are going to be pushing left immediately, getting another pick, and Galaxy Squids just fully infiltrated the spawn of Orca Balestra here. There is going to be a trade happening, but meanwhile, the tower's going to be pushing ever farther. Going to be getting through this first checkpoint. Sochi's going to be popping the Zuka, trying to find some picks. Gets a double on the tower. He's going to stop that push dead in his tracks, but Galaxy Squids still got that first checkpoint to their credit. Yeah,
first push, first checkpoint. Going to be very good for Galaxy Squids. They're not going down without a fight here, but now it's Orca Balestra's time to shine as they had one down on the side of Galaxy Squids.
Yeah, and I mean, something that we have to mention is the passive special charge on this mode makes it so daunting to stop a strong push, especially with just extra Zukas, extra Tacticoolers, extra Inkjets flying at your face, and Orca Balestra leveraging that perfectly to get that first checkpoint. 2 down on either side as Orca Balestra closes this lead, but Goalie's hopping up from behind. Femi's surrounded on all sides, Sochi's jump gets camped, and that's going to be the lead stopped from Galaxy Squids there.
Yeah, but now we're playing a different game here with both first checkpoints being destroyed by both teams early in this game.
Yeah, in just the first minute and a half, we are fighting a game with just 1 checkpoint on either side, and both these teams are just having a bloodbath in mid, but 3 go down on Galaxy Squids. The advantage is in favor of Orca Balestra as they retake the tower, preventing any more points being scored by Galaxy Squids. Another Tacticooler is popped onto the premises, and another Zuka is going to be popped just trying to find more picks.
Zuka doesn't actually find anything though, maybe just creating a little bit of space there, trying to buy time for Orca Balestra to get this lead back. Seems like they will here as the ballpoint has that Zuka at the, Inkjet at the ready, sorry.
Could you imagine if that Zuka?
Oh gosh, oh no. Inkjet looking to find something here, doesn't seem like they will. As this,
he's just able to get a headshot
down on each side.
Femi's on this tower, on this checkpoint. Is it going to break? Yes, it is. Femi's going to be trying to ride to victory. 2 members of Orca Balestra jumping onto the tower. 5 points left, 6 points left. But all of the members of Galaxy Squids are swarming this area. Femi's dancing around this pole and barely gets the knockout. Orca Balestra at set point 4-3.
Orca Balestra does not want to lose. They just keep doing exactly what they need to do to take these games.
After losing 3 games straight, Orca Balestra responds by winning 3 straight games of their own and are now at set point. Do or die here for Galaxy Squids. Another fist bump comes out, and Galaxy Squids has to win this next game to force a Game 9 setting, or else they go down 1-3 in the season and extinguish their playoff chances.
Yeah, this play here on this tower push was just really, really well constructed by Orca Balestra. Each individual special being popped, working off of each other, and even though they went 2 down here, they were able to pick off 2 members of Galaxy Squids as well, keep the push going, and just hold it all the way until the very end.
Yeah, beautiful use of cover, beautiful use of just peeking from Orca Balestra. Zuka gets that beautiful pick on the ballpoint. Cheese in an awkward spot, cannot much affect the game state. Gets taken out, and Femi fighting for their life on this tower, just dancing around this pole, and they just barely have enough time to get that knockout right as they get taken out. Just photo finish here, but Orca Balestra is going to take that all the way to the bank and then some as we hop into Game 8.
Wow. I'm going to be honest, I want a Game 9. I'm rooting for Galaxy Squids in this match. Here as we go to Manta Maria on Rainmaker.
Rainmaker Manta, a classic that was made a little bit wider in the street, but I mean, regardless, we know what's going to happen. It is a push to drop the Rainmaker onto the floor as fast as possible. If we can even get this game loaded in, this is a little concerning.
Uh-oh.
No!
Oh no!
It's been a festival of comm errors, and they will not stop. They are invading Ludi tonight.
Oh no! Well, let's just pretend like we're seeing an incredible neutral happening right now on Manta. Yeah, the replay here of the comm error.
Look at that comm error. I could just frame that on my wall.
Yeah, put it up. Put it right at the front of you, on your fridge. Just
Yeah,
I
right
love
next to
Tom Hairs.
right next to my low tide poster.
Right next to my Riptide poster. Gee.
We love this game. We play this game because we love this game. Surely.
Well, I mean, I think we can say for sure that Ability Doubler did not lose, right?
I mean, I don't. We didn't even get to see if Ability Doubler got brought out. If Cheesy, if you're listening to this, maybe you should pull it out for the meme. Maybe that's what got to his knees for a little bit.
Oh, jeez.
Galaxy Squids are kind of on their last legs, though. They're on the verge of losing the set, and if they are, they're going to go 1-3 as their record here, which is going to be rough for them for the season. I believe that just knocks them out of playoffs outright. So a little bit of a do or die for them, but Galaxy Squids is such a capable team. They've been proving themselves this whole set, and they're ready to do it yet again.
Oh, I just wish we could be actually watching the game. I'm not quite sure if the entire lobby failed or if
I think the entire lobby is just disintegrated, much like
so
Inklings when they touch the water.
we will be seeing an actual Manta Maria Rainmaker game.
I mean, I don't think these teams can gentlemen to like mincemeat clams. I don't think they would want to.
Alright, yes, we have received note that the lobby did indeed die, and we will be getting back into this game as soon as we can.
Yeah, lobby died badly, but lobby has been revived goodly.
Woo!
So. And we're just gonna. Hopefully, we should be getting things squared away. Both these teams should already know what comps they want to run. Maybe they're gonna make some last second stuff. I don't know if that's in the rules, but regardless, we don't know.
We'll find out right now, just about now, as we actually never got to see the comps last time, so who knows if they changed comps.
I mean, let's be honest, they probably didn't. Yeah, same old from Orca Balestra, and same old from Galaxy Squids.
Hey, if it works, it works.
If it works, it works. We're going to be opening right up. We already know what it is. We know the vibes here. And we're already seeing a member painting for their special. I believe that's the Zap painting for their tactical cooler. But Galaxy Squids is going to get that first pop right here, getting a good amount of mid paint on the map. But Orca Balestra trying to contest it with this opening team fight.
Yeah, ballpoint goes down early there. Both ballpoints actually going down. We'll see how this can snowball potentially into a push. Looks like Orca Balestra is going to be the first one with the opportunity.
Yeah, Orca Balestra was able to get a bunch of their specials there, and Pete is going to get right to that first checkpoint, getting a break it on this left side, or on this right side here. Looks like that's going to be the end of the push for Orca Balestra, but that first checkpoint break is huge for them.
Yeah, after you get that first checkpoint break, of course, you're just playing Splatoon 2 again, and you can just charge that Rainmaker as far as you can into the enemy base.
Yeah, and I mean, the real place where games are won and lost is that drop area into the enemy spawn. If you can drop it, you get a free, like, 20 points, essentially. It's just insane, and just, I mean, no lead on this map is safe unless it's a lead to 3.
True. Oh, but the pop and gets a pick on one of the members of Galaxy Squids there, Orca Balestra, with another opportunity to push here.
Yeah, Femi's going to be the Rainmaker carrier once again, the dedicated Rainmaker carrier on Orca Balestra, trying to fire off these shots as Zuka's come out all around. Femi's not able to move forward safely whatsoever. Aiden is going to be patrolling the area on the ballpoint as well, and it's just a pure neutral here on the side of Orca Balestra, but Galaxy Squids gets 2 very nice picks.
Yeah, it looks like Galaxy Squid's defense remaining strong here as they pick off that Rainmaker, although they did go 2 down here there. Inkjet gets a really nice pick there and continues to try and put pressure on this mid to try and reverse this in Galaxy Squids' favor.
Yeah, Aiden on this Inkjet has just been on point the whole time. Going to be grabbing this Rainmaker right at the recall, and 2 go down on the side of Orca Balestra. This is exactly what Galaxy Squids needs. They need this fast checkpoint break, and they need to hold on to this area. Fami's forced to drop in an awkward spot. Pete is running right for the Rainmaker, but they get taken out, and Galaxy Squids going to be pushing towards this right side, but Fami's right there already with the pre-fire. Going to be forced to course correct over to the left here. Here comes the Inkjet, but Aiden is going to be not able to get that checkpoint, getting get sniped in the eyes by the Inkjet.
That has to hurt if you're Galaxy Squids there. They really needed that checkpoint as soon as they possibly could, but Orca Balestra there with a huge stop.
Yeah, just a clutch stop right there. I mean, if Galaxy Squids got that checkpoint, who knows what might have happened. Fight is going on in mid, but it's going to go in favor of Orca Balestra quite handily as they retake the Rainmaker and are trying to make a push now without a checkpoint in their way. I believe they're able to get some chip on a member behind. Ballpoint's going to go down, and Femi going to be pushing forward with this Rainmaker. Gets a few more points on the board. Is trying to evade the Zuka, and here comes the drop, but they're able to. Galaxy was able to stop it in the 11th hour thanks to Cheesy.
Ooh, but note how many members of Galaxy Squids have gone down here. They really need to get back as soon as they possibly can. That Rainmaker's dropping into that drop area, gets it down to 13.
Yeah, auto ballistics happening right now in the enemy street. Galaxy Squids holding on for dear life. They were not able to stop the drop. It's down at 13. That's the score that they have to beat, and they only have 1 minute 50 seconds to do so. And Orca Balestra still trying to swarm this Rainmaker here. It's going to be grabbed once again, going to be reset by Soshi. But they all go down before they can get another push started. 13 is the mark that Galaxy Squids has to beat, and they have 1.5 minutes to do so.
Yeah, but no push is safe on this map mode in particular. We've seen snowballs on this map. Galaxy Squids now with the opportunity to push themselves.
Yeah, I mean, it's so cold that I've been literally seeing snowballs in my day-to-day life. They're just everywhere. They're unavoidable. And this Rainmaker's just going to be trying to camp out in mid as much as possible. Remember, Galaxy Squids still needs to break that checkpoint, and that Zipcaster is going to be hunting for the Rainmaker. Peta goes down. Beautiful read by Aiden. 2 down on the side of both teams, but that's going to be the Rainmaker get picked off by Soshi's. Beautiful try, Zuka. 1 minute left in this game, and Orca Balestra might be able to breathe a little bit easier right now, but Galaxy is still trying to keep it close.
Yeah, it looked like a member of Orca Balestra was just trying to dive on top of that Rainmaker, but got punished for it. Galaxy Squid still maintaining this mid control here, exactly what they need, but that timer's ticking down.
Yeah, 45 seconds left. Every second is crucial here. Peta jumps out, gets taken out. 3 versus 3 happening in this neutral state. 38 seconds to go, but the zap goes down. Rainmaker is forced to reset. Goldie's just trying to hold on to this plat area as normal. Is trying to run back a little bit. They are so close to a tactical, and a tactical would be critical for Orca Balestra. 25 seconds left to go. This is do or die for Galaxy Squids.
Yeah, it's now or never for them. They need to get this Rainmaker past that checkpoint and all the way to 13 in this push right here, right now. Goldie picks it up. We'll see what they can do with it.
Yeah, but Zuka is hunting for them. Here comes the Zuka. They get half the chip. 2 go down on the side of Galaxy Squids. It's just Goldie on the Rainmaker. They're seeing do not retreat, but they don't have a choice. And Goldie gets taken out. Galaxy Squids has no hope left, and Orca Balestra takes the set 5-3.
Wow, amazing play at the end there from Orca Balestra just to prevent Galaxy Squids from even breaking that checkpoint for that entire game.
Such a strong defense that whole time. Galaxy Squids only got 1 push they were able to manage, and Orca Balestra shut it down expeditiously with a beautiful inkjet snipe, and they're just going to take that set cleanly. 4-1 games in a row. Beautiful stuff by Orca Balestra.
Yeah, Orca Balestra just refusing to back down after losing 3 games in a row, rattling off 4 wins of their own in order to take this set.
Yeah, and I mean, just look at this replay happen. Everything seems fine. It's 4 versus 4. Aiden pops the inkjet. Goldie grabs the tacticooler, but Zuka comes out. Shot goes down. I believe the zap goes down next. Yeah, and the ballpoint is forced to recall in an uncomfortable spot, gets taken out by the Zipcaster, and Goldie just forced to run away, trying to hide behind what little cover they have, but Orca Balestra all over them in the final hours of the clock.
Yeah, oh my gosh. But that'll be it for us two tonight, Pinky. Where can the lovely folks find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter, at BrokenPinky_, maybe on Blue Sky, maybe I'll post on there a little bit more, but Poke, where can we find you?
You can also find me on Twitter. I'm at YokoPoke_.
And you're on Blue Sky too. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah. No underscore on Blue Sky though.
Yeah, true. But with that being said, what an incredible set by Orca Balestra and Galaxy Squids. Beautifully played. Falco, back to you.
All right. Thank you both. Thank you, Pinky. Thank you, Poke. What a incredible comeback there for Orca Balestra. You know, coming back from a 1-3 deficit, winning 4 in a row to get that set win. So it's going to be really important for them going into their next few weeks here in Ludi. So coming up next, we have a set between 2 Div 8 teams. Crab, C-R-A-B, Crab, versus Coral Mist. We are going to be having Lily and Lila on the mic for you guys. So you don't go anywhere. You're watching Ludi Tonight on Splatoon Tourney. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Ludi Tonight. We are getting ready for our second set of the evening, a Div 8 match between Crab and Coral Mist. On the mic tonight, we have Lily and Lila, the L's. The no L's in here, only W's, but you guys know what I mean. Okay.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's a Lily and Lila. Welcome to the Lily and Lila podcast. Cough, cough, ahem. I mean, Ludi Tonight. I'm here, Lily Griffith. I'm here with Lila Russ. How you going? I'm looking forward to this set we have before us.
I'm good. This is the takeover on Ludi. I mean, yeah. No promises, no threats. We're here tonight to look at these two teams fighting and duking it out on Ludi Week 4. Now, tell me something. What is this crab acronym? What is this? I mean, I know you're a crab rave enjoyer, but we have a acronym here, and that seems to stand for something.
Yeah, okay, so this is a team called Crab, C-R-A-B, and this stands for, so I'm told, cephalopods ranting about ballistics. Now, you were wondering before, ballistics what? Ballistic missiles? Do you reckon that maybe this is like the answer to the missile meta or something like that?
S2 trauma has carried on through this team.
S2 trauma.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now the other team called Coral Mist has got a very interesting list of results that they have submitted to us. I wanna read this out because this is very funny. The player results in particular: Jam has killed Prochara once in open. Best also killed Prochara once in open. Scotty the next Kiver, because he killed Kiver twice in open, not just once. And Joyboy the Coolbot, who got the assists on Prochara and Kiver. So these are some up and coming top players. They said just kidding about these about some of the other results they mentioned as well. But we got a bit carried away there. Let's go into this first match, which it looks like, I believe.
I completely forgot. I'm a little biased now because Crab has one of my friends upon that teammate who's playing Bamboozler. I know for a fact that they do play Bamboozler very often and they're pretty good at it.
Yeah, Bamboozler is a very interesting weapon, I believe, here, especially getting a fantastic opening pick, I gotta say, and also just allowing their team to move in with the extra paint support, especially with that Kraken just coming out and clearing out the space out in front, followed up by the Tri-Strikes just to get that first power clam in. That was a fantastic, very clean opening push from Crab here, and they have the clams to follow up on that as well. But Coral Mist, having gone 3 players down here, their defense is kind of falling apart. The Booyah coming out, this is going to be like a pretty panicky Booyah. I don't think anything's really going to be happening off the back of this.
No, they were waiting for a while to try and do something with the Booyah bomb, but I don't think they had a reason to let it go because they had bombs below them. They had a chicken just waiting for them away in their doorstep when they had dropped down. So I don't think it was wise for him to just drop that Booyah bomb, but they do go free down on the side of Crab. Coral Mist being able to take back mid with Cooler now. This is a fast approach back to mid, actually. They're already on to their side of the base with Booyah bomb almost ready. 2 specials are already. Zuka's coming out. Do they get a pick? No, they're being traded out by the other Zuka and also Kraken as well, taking back mid.
Yeah, we can see actually dodging that Kraken with the power clam. I don't think they're going to be able to get any picks, but they do manage to get one on the Kraken as it powers down there. They're still holding this power clam, just waiting for exactly the right moment to throw it in, which is right there with a couple of players having gone down on the side of Crab. Coral Mist is going to be popping these Tri-Strikes just to help maintain this forward pressure here, but they are going to be pushed back by Crab, which I think are pretty much ready and waiting to take back mid as the Zuka comes out, already looking for just a little bit of another opening just to start moving in with. But these bombs are going to be holding him back just a little bit. I'm not sure if they're necessarily going to be able to move in too quickly here.
They've been bombarded so many times just now, just trying to hold them back. I mean, also, Crab does not have a single cooler, so their approach really relies on the Kraken and the Whale being able to create them enough space so they can fight with it. As I say that, they do try and approach it. They do find a Neo Splash. They find the End Zap as well. Booyah Bomb comes out in the top right, trying to clear some more space to prevent them from being pushing up. And we're watching a leisurely S2 gameplay right here, trying to get Zuka ready, just to, get the approach when your teammates are already up.
Yeah, you say S2, but I don't see any ballistic missiles in sight. I think Crab have been ranting enough about the missiles, but they do have these tri-strikes from Coral Mist, which I'm sure that Crab will be ranting about as Coral Mist gets ready to push up ahead. That chicken forcing him to jump forward. That was actually getting it in. Even though there were punches right there, they did manage to get it in, and the Booyah Bomb just going to be following up on that push. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to get lead, but that was a very close. They still have the potential to actually move back in, but I think that might be the end of that push, as Crab has already taken up all of mid once again, and have a couple of power clams at the ready just to help them prepare for the next push.
Oh no! Wait, that's a big blunder. They tried to jump both clams in to try and get more score, but they aren't able to. They jump back to their own teammate on top of each other. Probably the cursor overlay, when they clicked on it, head back onto their teammate and then just had to click back onto them, and then they just couldn't jump out. Regardless, they still managed to break down penalty equals now to both teams as they're trying to build up special going back to mid neutral. That's a blunders happen, you know. You just gotta work with what you happen, right? I mean, as 2 goes down on the side of Crab is just left off the bamboo, and the T-Tech trying to hold it.
They've lost their Kraken. Here comes a Booyah Bomb just to clear out this area as well. I think they're going to be able to get another pick on Star there, but 2 players down. Those tri-strikes are going to be coming out, and I think they have only managed to open and take the lead just there with those 3 players going down. This is going into the last 50 seconds, so if Crab can actually capitalize of this 3-player down situation, they might be able to take up enough space here to be able to actually move in and get another lead off of them if they manage to even keep it open for that long. Coral Mist is already thinking about pushing them out. Their bombing them out strategy has slowed down their pushes in the past and has stopped potential pushing coming out, but that, oh my goodness.
It's a trade. How did the Neo Splash live? Yeah, no, they were being whale targeted and also going around the backside, and they didn't go down. Yep. I should not have said anything to them. The commentator's curse strikes immediately. That suction bomb giving them no mercy to live as the Booyah Bomb gets shredded down by 3 teammates on the side of Crab. They only have about 20 seconds left to work with right now. They need about 2 power clams to be able to get into their base, but the Zuka getting 2 down onto the power clam. Immediately, 3 goes down now, just left on the side of T-Tech. Elysium just trying to hold it, but
there's
they couldn't.
the wipeout. And there's a wipeout just cementing that win for Coral Mist against Crab, who are going to be ranting, of course, about those ballistics, about those power clams, I'm sure, those super clams coming in from Coral Mist here. Fantastic amount of presence from both teams on that map, I have to say. But I think just that those tiny little blunders a couple of times from Crab, I think just let Coral Mist come in and take the lead, especially in that where is it? It's around here. Yeah, I remember this bit. This is where Coral Mist was coming in. Those tri-strikes came out. They had both the 96 and the bamboo out of the game, and they're getting this final pick there on the shot just allowed them to kind of just wait out those tri-strikes, open the clam basket.
I mean, that jump hit. If Crab got that jump in correct the first time they were trying to do it, like the 2 jump in at the same time, they would have been able to hold on to a lead, I think, of around 21. And I think that would have worked out. But no, that just a little small blunder that choked onto them. But regardless, beautiful, beautiful team picture on Cross Crab Lake Capital now, as we moved on to Umami Ruins on Zones now. Interestingly, I think this is one of the better map picks for a lot of tournaments nowadays for Zones.
Really? You think it's better? I think, you know what, I think Kraken can work here, and I say that Kraken can work here having played 96 Deco, the only Kraken weapon I've ever played once in Turf War and managed to get some picks with it, right? So maybe I don't know what I'm talking about at all, but you know, with the amount of flat area here and the fact that you have to really control that choke point, where those players are going to be bunched up with, I think that Kraken can actually work pretty well at holding them back. So that's going to be a pretty interesting pick if they decide to continue on with the 96 Deco. But we are going into Splat Zones at the moment. A very trick pointy kind of map. You can get very, very long pushes in, and we are seeing the 96 Deco come back. I might actually pick that weapon up. I've been having a lot of fun with it. Yeah, V-Splash, of course, another fantastic painting weapon. Can definitely hold that choke point really well with the Crab.
Yeah, and then they also swapped out Elysum from the T-Tech onto Zap. Maybe they really want to counteract Cooler with Cooler, but whoa, words come out of my mouth, please. The Splash was trying to go for a quick dive in on the first pick, but they aren't able to find much except for their own demise. As we see now, two on the side of Crab trying to push in, but unfortunately, even with the Cooler buff, I don't think they're able to get it, as their jumps are momentarily going to get camped, but the Kraken is here to save the day, getting the kill onto the Splash once again.
Yeah, it looks like Best is going to be going down there, and the score is 90-91 at the moment, so things are very, very close. But Crab is going to hopefully be able to create a much stronger lead for themselves if they can just stay alive here. The 3 players having gone down the side of Crab. It's just the 96 Deco having to back up here, unfortunately going out to that soft wipe, and Coral Mist is already pushed all the way up ahead around the block. You can see that with the help of the tactical, they're just going to be, they just know that they can have their presence very, very up in the face of Crab at the moment, certainly giving them something to rant about. But it does look like with the Zuka coming out, they're going to be trying to find an opening to break them out of that choke point here. And I think that we can see Joybo already having to be forced back far enough. And with the Whale already on top of that, does it look like they're going to be losing control here. 2 players haven't gone down on the side of Crab. However, 3 players down. Looks like Coral Mist might actually be able to continue their push forward once again without any penalty points in their way.
Oh, wow, what a trade that was. Zuka going into a shot, was it? But they have Cooler buff right now, so Coral Mist here having the upper advantage on that trade just now, as Crab just got their Cooler, but they're trying to lock them out immediately with only 20 points left on the clock. I don't think Crab is going to be able to retake this, as Stars on the bottom left pit, finding one actually. If they find a second, they might be able to go into it, but they don't. Panic Pop Zuka is unable to find anything, and that second game does go to Coral Mist indefinitely and very dominantly.
Yeah, so Coral Mist are in a very comfortable position here. I think just being able to take control of their choke once again, that's kind of how this map plays out. When you have control over that area, you can just continue that snowball forward to a knockout win, unless you can break out of it. But I don't think Crab, even though they tried with the combination of the Zuka and the Whale that we saw once, pushing them back pretty far enough to be able to, or think about getting a retake going. I just don't think they had that retake happening successfully enough, because Coral Mist was already coming back, respawning quickly. In any case, and being able to keep up that pressure, that presence that they had throughout most of this game.
No, I mean, yeah, look at that. I mean, just unfortunate skirmishes and fights going all over the place. I mean, I would say if Stars somehow managed to win this fight, they could have maybe gotten to neutral somehow and then fought back once again. But no, the lockout situation that was set up by Coral Mist has, like, you know, set them up for succession, because like they got 2 picks onto the 96, the main way that they can clear away like sufficiently with enough pressure, and with the Whale that could come in too. I just don't think that it was coordinated good enough that they could, you know, go in together, kick that space, go in with it. But maybe that could be proving me wrong, you know, but because we're on Hagglefish Tower next, and I would say that like comp-wise it favors Crab a lot right now.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, it's having a Crab on the tower, of course, can just help that tower move forward. But the other thing about this that you got to remember is that Crab is. Are you talking about the special of the team, by the way?
Yeah, the specials. The specials that Crab has, not because Coral Mist has Crab. If the Crab, yeah, special. Yes.
Yes, the special. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Well, yeah, you know, I agree. But I think also having the Crab, the special, is really good at holding certain spaces. And the thing about Hagglefish Market also is that it can be pretty wide open in places where having a Crab can, with its range, with its burst, damage as well, you can kind of move it around and get some picks, and also like hold a pretty wide area with it, which is pretty good here. It's not, I don't think, necessarily as choke pointy until you get around to that second checkpoint, where things can be really like condensed into that really small area, and having to push a team out of the tent or pagoda or whatever you want to call it. That like
the canopy
top right,
to top
canopy,
left, whatever
the
it
top
is. I mean, you can call it whatever you want, but we're going to be referring to that place specifically somehow. One of us is going to call it a canopy, one of us is going to go to the top left or like right perch, whatever it is. We see the same comp coming from Crab and also the same comp coming from Coral Mist. Oh no, the Neo Splash is back out instead of the V Splash, so no Crab on the side of Coral Mist. Crab still has their specials. Actually, no Zuka from the side of Crab. I think they switched off from Zuka back onto T-Tech.
Yeah, I see. I think the T-Tech and also the Neo Splash are kind of there because they're thinking about having those strikes, which are always going to be fantastic at just like moving people up the tower as well. Looks like we already have a Kraken looking around for some picks, but it does look like they've kind of Coral Mist has already kind of moved around the tower, so I don't think that that Kraken was necessarily going to be doing too much for the team. However, Coral Mist slowly moving the tower forward. They're getting bombed back a little bit by Crab here and having to be pushed back by those try strikes. This looks like Crab is actually on the upper hand here with those two players on Coral Mist going down. And the thing that Coral Mist has at the moment is a Booyah Bomb, which is going to be coming out at the moment to try and stop this push from getting any headway towards that first checkpoint. It does look like with the juice coming out here with that with those drinks coming out, unfortunately they do go down there, but we can already see up in the top left, top right, top left, top something. Best has just dropped down, cancelled the Legion jump there, and it already looks like Coral Mist are pushing up ahead, far in front of the tower, just to take up this amount of space here to allow a free passage forward for the tower towards that first checkpoint.
Oh no, yeah, good first push coming from... Yeah, good first push coming from Crab, who almost had a lot of times where they went 2 down, I think they're about to as well, that they are just able to, like, you know, push them back immediately because they can hold their ground so well against these weapons. But at the same time, we see 96 trying to fight it, but unable to, as they're cooling down onto mid Coral Mist now. How do I put this? Coral Mist is playing in such a sporadic way that even if Crab has created any space right now, they're just unable to hold it because they're always so unpredictable. But with this amount of paint down from both teams right now, they're desperately just trying to push through this check as 96 is going for a really wide flank right now on the bottom right, getting 1 on the shot, I believe, as the check goes to the side of Coral Mist, passing it and also flipping the lead to Coral Mist.
Yeah, but Coral Mist is on 3 players down. 1 player on Crab has actually fallen off the map there, but with the 3 players down on Coral Mist, it's going to be difficult for them to be able to move back in on. It looks like those try strikes hopefully going to be able to help them out, but they go down to the Kraken already, looking for another one on Scuddy as well. It does look like this Kraken is actually doing some major work for Crab at the moment to be able to keep up this forward presence, but they do end up going down here. It does look like with the help of this tactical, if they manage to stay alive, those strikes coming out from Crab are just going to keep up this forward presence from them. They just want to be able to keep this tower going because they don't have the lead yet, and with 2 minutes left, they really need to keep their plays up if they want to continue this tower going forwards. If they want to continue having that passive special charge, 3 players going down here is not what they want to do. They haven't even broken the first checkpoint yet, whereas Coral Mist at the moment, they're looking for the second one.
No, yeah, I definitely. That free down situation looks mighty scary on the side of Crab just now, because now they have neutral mid to play with Coral Mist. And then now, like, specials are ready on the side of Coral Mist, but they get shut down immediately on the side, coming from a lot of trades going on. But the advantage still seems to be on the side of Coral Mist, trying to push up onto this, as now 3 people has gone up to the right side, left side, right side of the canopy, trying to break through this second, and one of the sides to try to break up this check, as they're almost close with 3 points left, down onto 2 and 1, but Illusium has something to say about it. They stopped it from being fully broken, and it's just them left on a 1v3 situation. Booyah Bomb does come out, gradually missed the tower, as the tower now passes through for a checkpoint. Elysium still lives on, going on the go.
Yeah, that Booyah Bomb was great at least holding anyone out from being able to contest the tower from the canopy. It just held them back just that little bit longer. It does look like they're going towards that final checkpoint at the moment. 2 players down on either side. This looks like a pretty even game at least, but Coral Mist have gone a couple plays down, and Crab is coming in to try and defend the checkpoint. However, there's still going that Kraken is going to be coming out, cleaning up that tower, stopping that knockout from happening, and with 3 players going down, it stopped that wipeout actually on the side of Coral Mist. This looks like Crab has successfully stopped that knockout from happening, but with only 40 seconds left, they haven't even cleared the first checkpoint. They need to get through that first one, plus the second one, plus the third one, and get a few more points. Basically a knockout if they want to win this.
It's a long haul for Crab here. If they can, like, hustle like a Crab does, I don't think they're going to be able to reach that KO in time and get to their shelter. As the Whales and Strikes do go down, and we're looking at the overview now, trying to see how much space that they created. Not much, but the Kraken does come out trying to go up into the ramp and try to force it out even longer, as the Bamboo is going to ride through first checkpoint. Should be with ease, as there's only one person contesting them from the top right side, with the Autobombs and Chickens holding them back. I think they're fine, as the Zap is now still contesting, with Strikes going back down. First checkpoint is finally broken, as they're going for the second, but the GG Strikes is able to get onto the tower.
And that Booyah Bomb just securing that win for Coral Mist as well, winning their third game in a row. They only need 2 more. Crab still has like their first win yet to take in this set at the moment. Coral Mist is just showing what a strong force they are against Crab. So I'm curious to see if any of the strategies might change in the next game. But yeah, I've got to say that previous one, let's have a look at this replay here. This defense.
This defense was very like. Yeah, the defense on Crab's side is like very, very scared. Like, look,
Only Bamboo was there trying to hold their one space, but they got traded out by the Zuka immediately. Then the Kraken was finally ready. I mean, they were off a stagger respawn, is what we would call it. Because one of them, they keep trying to go in and stop the tower, right? But that also ends up with them trading one out and one. And keep in mind, trades are always advantageous to people who are pushing. So if they keep those stagger respawn going, then they have less people to fight continuously, and they can keep pushing that objective. Crab was unable to, find that pace enough quick enough against Coral Mist that Coral Mist got through second and third check relatively with like the minimal defense that they could get. But if this keeps up onto Sturgeon Shipyard, Crab might be in a little of a pickle here if they don't get this securely done right. Coral Mist is in 3-0 right now. Is a not best of 9. Yeah, best of 9, so they need 5 games onto this.
Yeah, 5 games. Coral Mist already has 2 sets under their belt already this looting season, with one week loss so far. Crab have got their first set win still to happen this looting season as well, but these have been some pretty close games so far. And moving on to the next one, we'll be seeing Rainmaker and Sturgeon Shipyard. This is the fun one, but this can be very attacker favored if you do manage to set someone with like a crab or some kind of long range weapon up on the other team's spinner or snipe or whatever you want to call it, looking over into their court as well. There are a number of different pretty viable pathways you can take this. I always find that if you take it to the left one, it can get a little bit choke pointy, but I think it's also a pretty safe bet, even though it is, you do need like a lot of players up there at least to push it further from that second checkpoint. It's probably a little bit easier to run it up from the second to the knockout on the right. But getting the first checkpoint, you can kind of run it through to the left side without too much of a problem from my experience anyway. But I don't know. What do you think of it here?
I want to see an ink vac. I am a personal like ink vac propagandist. I would call it that. Yeah, something like that. I would love to be able to use vac more in other modes, but doesn't seem to be like the best thing right now.
No. Vac on Rainmaker real.
Oh no, yeah, definitely. It is a strategy, not a cheese. It is a strategy. Okay, there is a reason you would take away one of your specials just for invulnerability, because it's 7 seconds of invulnerability in a space that you can create that also lets you push an objective quick enough, right? It works so fast. I mean, it works the best because those 7 seconds can make or break like leads and such. And I think on this map specifically, like you said, if they take it to the left side, and if you have an ink vac set up, okay, and then when the bridge is ready to go down, you got pop as well preemptively already, right? You can push it for free. I did it today on my own week 4. I did it today on my week 4 too, and got it down to a 22, which is insane. It's definitely something to look out for if you are on the opposing team of a single vac.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right there. And I think that's one of the things about like taking it to the left-hand side and trying to push it through there, because you have such like, it's so narrow that way and you can get easily bombed out by the other team, that ink vac, of course, is going to be eating up those bombs, going to be eating up anyone from being able to try and defend you from there as well. So that's going to be helping you. But, you know, taking it to the right side, probably a little bit easier. You know what? You said ink vac's not cheese. I reckon taking it to the right and jumping up over from the block, that's cheese. That's cheese. That's a block of cheese. That's what it is.
It's a block of cheese. Well, it's not too big of a score difference, I think, because left side, I mean, depending on how you take it, right? Because the right side is relatively safer to take because there's a little ledge that you can also run down instead of going to the block. But if you run up the block, it also is a faster score in a way that they can also intercept you quicker. So depending on how it goes, who knows? If they do whip out an ink vac, I would be delighted to see it make magic on this stage and mode. However, I did just remember something, Lily. It's been 30
What did you
minutes.
remember?
It's been 30 minutes since Splatfest ended. So to anyone still in the stream, hopefully you don't get spoilered or something, because I don't know what's going on right now. I don't have anything on. I only have my laptop right now. This stuff is, you know, going to be interesting to see who wins the Splatfest. Oh no, it doesn't come out until 1.5 hours later, right? Yeah, it's not until an hour and a half later. Yeah.
So it's probably going to be during the next set. However, we are going to be going into this match at the moment. So let's see if I'm hoping that the 96 Deco swaps out to a vanilla 96, but I don't think it's going to be happening. We've got the 96 Deco. That's okay. Kraken's fine too, right?
Yeah,
well, okay, V-scope. Okay, there we go.
Yeah,
V-scope.
No. I'm hype right now.
You're right. You're hype. I was hoping for the 96, vanilla 96. You were hoping for the V-scope. We got the V-scope. Okay,
Yeah,
so
you got the 96 and the V-scope.
Okay. Well, for 96 Deco, that means they do have a Kraken to play with, but that 96 is going to be going down at the moment. Already, Coral Mist is trying to control Crab's court here. Does look like they're going to be picking off, unfortunately, the V-scope. Oh, sorry about that, Lila. And also the T-Tech as well. And Jam's already running it over to the right checkpoint, but going to be contested by the Zuka. Losing out to the Zuka here. Incredible Zuka play from Illusion. It does look like Scotty's going to be looking around just to try and keep this area painted up, and already Freef is going to be trying to pop that Rainmaker shield. Does look like those that Kraken's going to be coming out, try to clear out the pit on the side as well, and also perhaps even the middle of the map, because the Coral Mist hasn't quite given that up just yet.
Not yet, indeed, because you can see Coral Mist with that aggressive opening, being able to jump onto their court immediately, not regarding to the Rainmaker, and that secured them a very strong opening, 74. But we saw Illusion is that the name? Illusion with that awesome Zuka double chip on the side. Being able to stop that on a dead 74. I mean, it's still a relatively good score, but I think in a sense that if you can break Shaggy, you can already secure a pretty strong lead. So 74, I would say, not the strongest, not the greatest, but it's still a score that they can work with, as now Coral Mist deploys Cooler and picks up the Rainmaker. Now, they have still a plenty amount of time to play with, especially finding one and the Zuka trying to stop the Rainmaker pop, but no, they got the checkpoint right side, with Kraken now on the side of Crab coming in, trying to stall it out, with the Vac also being deployed to try and hold as much space as they could. Now down to only strikes with T-Tech. Hopefully they're able to find more space as they now deploy it, finding one with the Booyah Bomb. The second goes in with the machine trying to reset the Rainmaker timer now.
Yeah, actually that machine is going to be trying to pick up the Rainmaker just to make sure it doesn't get neutralized, because they want to keep up this forward momentum here. They have a lot of space taken up in the Crab's court. Well, with two players having gone down there, Crab is getting a little bit of the upper hand. Just need to be able to get some more picks, getting a fantastic one right there. But they still need to start moving back in with the two players down on Coral Mist. Crab still hasn't taken this opportunity to start pushing in yet. They need to be able to take mid back, because Coral Mist keeps coming right up at them, and they're not really doing anything about it just yet.
No, I mean, yeah, they popped Kraken as well, trying to find those two players on the left, but they couldn't decide on who they want to chase, as all of their teammates just went down in the flash of a second. What happened? They all had specials, they all had, like, positions. What happened? As Best is now on the right side, trying to push up onto the block, like you said, but the Cooler does go down, and I don't think they're able to get this push keep going, as Jam is left alone with the Rainmaker trying to go up to the podium. Strikes goes down as well.
Alive, though.
Yeah, staying
Jam is
relatively
absolutely
pretty
staying
alive.
alive in this corner. And, they have the ink fac out. It does look like they do end up going down right beside that block, with the ink fac just making things so much more difficult to be able to defend themselves from. It does look like, however, Crab is going to be doing everything they can to try and allow this Rainmaker to reset here. But those players going down, it does look like we are seeing that attempted jump up from the block as well.
Another attempted jump?
No, oh my god, but they're going to be dying to the bomb instead.
Done it once, you don't have to jump there twice. The bombs are going to go at your direction all the way with the Booyah Bomb coming down from Jam. Still trying to make this work. Are they going to pick up the Rainmaker? They are! And then their teammates are all jumping onto him and they all got traded out. Scotty's now trying to find another pick, but they can't. All of them just jumped in and got wiped out immediately with 1 minute left on the clock and bringing the score up the way to 40. Lead is in solidarity in the side of Coral Mist right now. Wow.
Okay, but here comes Crab finally being able to take mid back, which they haven't quite been able to get for most of this game so far, and they're already trying to set up a push happening over here on the right side. Thing is, if they manage to do this, as you said, they have the ink factor they can play around with to keep this going. They have the Rainmaker here, and they are slowly
really early though,
and they have the checkpoint. Thing is, they're going to be going down 2 players here, 3 players, mind you, including that potential ink fac. And Joyboy is already painting up the middle of the map just to make sure that Coral Mist can actually have all of this space to stop Crab from being able to actually touch the Rainmaker once with 30 seconds left. So 25 seconds left. Actually, this looks like it's just going to be a stall fest for the rest of the game. But Crab have all their specials ready to go in order to make something happen. But the thing is, I don't know if Coral Mist is going to let them.
No, I don't think Coral Mist will let them. 10 seconds now left on the clock. The Rainmaker shield still isn't popped on the top right side. They have to make a charge now. They do. They're trying now with only 5 seconds. T-Tech goes down. Kraken isn't able to find anyone, and nobody was able to get close to the Rainmaker on the side of Crab. Rainmaker, Sturgeon Shipyard goes to Coral Mist, up 4-0, match point.
Match point indeed. Coral Mist 4-0 against Crab so far in even though they weren't able to make that block jump work, they still managed to keep up such a strong presence against Crab that Crab, I don't think necessarily had all of their team ready to go back into mid until the wipeout happened. Now here's that like attempted push here. Even though they have a pretty strong, comfortable lead here, every time they attempt to jump up there's always some kind of bomb or something there to stop them. And it does look like perhaps even it was just the map design that stopped them as well from being able to take it up too quickly. 3 plays having gone down as well. This is where that beer came out, which was just to clear anyone out here.
They're trying the same block jump for 4 times in a row, and they're expecting to get more score. I think this is a relative pattern. I remember trying to do the same thing over and over again, trying to get more. But I can't quite put my finger on what that is. But they made it work. They got score. Crab didn't. Yeah. If Crab wants to get some score, this has to be the one that they want to get on Scorch Cord Clams. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, Scorch Clams! I love Scorch Clams. Oh my
Scorch
goodness.
Clams? Wait. Tell me about the delicates of Scorch Clams. What's so good about it?
What's so good about it? Well, I think you would agree with me that, like, considering there is a little bit of a choky, pointy area around the clam basket, that ink fac can work pretty well here. And I think the combination of ink fac and Kraken on the side of Crab could potentially have some pretty strong pushes going. Now, the thing about Clam Blitz here is that I often find that it can take a little while to get going. It's a very mid-centered map, and being able to control or being able to take an advantage of a fight in mid can take a little while, as trades can often happen. You've got that big tower in the middle that can that big high ground area in the middle that is going to be obstructing your view, of course. And also, if you can get someone perched up there, that's going to take a little while once again until you can get maybe 2 or 3 plays down on the other side. The thing is, however, that once you do have all of mid painted up in your favor, then you can actually finally get a push going. However, on the defending side, you have quite good positions to move to be able to stop those long pushes from happening, I believe. However, the problem with that is that they can be kind of predictable, especially for Azuka, in terms of being able to get your shots up on that top right area, that snipe
yeah,
as well.
top right snipe. It's gonna be like the most important thing that they can get rid of if they can, because they also have strikes too to work with. As I say that, Free is bringing out the tri-stringer. Is that the incline tri-stringer or is that the regular? That's the vanilla tri-stringer that's
regular.
coming out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
not much changed except for that. Opening Gambit as well on the Kraken 96. That's a very interesting change as we're looking into how they're going to extend that by immediately dying. But they did get an assist, so that counts. They got 15 more seconds to work with.
That does count. That does count. I love opening Gambit. I'm a opening Gambit believer, but I think opening Gambit, in my opinion, kind of works a little bit better in solo queue, because when you're in a team situation and your team notices, oh, someone on the other team has opening Gambit. Oh my goodness, 3 players have gone down inside a Crab here. It's gonna be like a coordinated, okay, either avoid the opening Gambit play or just attack them first. So it does look like, however, that with all of this, that fight lost on the side of Crab, Coromus is going to be taking this advantage here with the help of the Tactical once again, but those bombs and the tri-stringer here is going to be trying to like get some chip damage, trying to like, bomb them out here. So this is going to be difficult for them to move in on without the help of the strikes and the Booyah bomb. Yeah, as you said, but here comes the Tactical once again to help Crab with their defenses here. It looks like they do manage to actually take someone out, I believe, with the Zuka.
Yeah, with the Zuka able to find one. Yeah. Zuka was the one that found it, I believe. But Machine being able to trade out the Zap, that might be their cooler production a little bit inhibited, but they should still be able to take mid. But no, Jab is still going in with someone else behind him. It's best trying to find the pick onto the shot, fighting with a Neo Splash. They're insane trying to go for that, but they did make it work, and they're trying to hold on to ramp even longer, finding another Reef. I mean, Free goes down again with the tri-stringer, unable to hold the position, as Best is still being a nuisance, holding onto their ramp right now, as they have built up specials once again. The Ink Strike now goes in. Is Jam going to move up into this? They are. They're able to find one with it.
Yeah, having that AoE there, just perched there, just to make sure that they can just like push people out, force people, put people out of distance. It's going to be a fantastic position to be in, but unfortunately, if you are there, you are a little bit vulnerable to the other team kind of collapsing around you, which is what happened there as well. Jam's trying to sneak a few more clams in.
Another Booyah bomb next to the basket.
Get a Booyah bomb right under the basket. It does look like they do get Booyah cancelled there, as all of Crab just focus in on Jam at the moment, and I think that is going to be still a push going down to 34, but I don't think the rest of Coromus is going to be able to find an entry back in, as they are dodging these tri-stringer shots in mid at the moment, desperately trying to get rid of the Zuka as well. It does look like they managed to do that, but Crab is setting something up. I think they might be cooking something here. I think they might be preparing for a push themselves. They just need to make sure they have not only their specials, but I think they need to be able to get some players in Coral Mist down. Does look like they'll lose one, but you know, they're ready back into the game with the help of that Tactical. Of course, they are going to be losing their Tactical buffs, but that Kraken is going to be coming out here on the side, so hopefully they can find an entry in off the back of this Kraken, but they have someone ready and waiting inside of Coral Mist here to try and take them out. I don't think they're going to be taking anyone out, but that Booyah bomb at least is going to be making some space for Coral Mist, taking out the end zap and being able to retake all that space once again. But they're going to be losing someone to the Zuka off the back of that. This is very tense game in mid at the moment. I'm not sure who's necessarily I don't know if Crab is necessarily going to be able to recuperate from this at the moment, as Coral Mist is already being able to get themselves a Tactical and thinking about making another push. They need to get rid of this tri-stringer though. I feel like this tri-stringer in particular is holding them back a little bit. It's slowing them down from being able to get this push happening.
Yeah, but I don't think that seems to be too much of an issue. They've been getting onto these weird angles and able to find more positions like that. The strikes do go in, and the Booyah bomb does come out, and they didn't see the Kraken in the corner of the eye, and they got picked off by their charge waiting downstairs. As Scotty is still trying to go in. Scotty is trying to go in when the clam basket just closed up, and they didn't notice the timer ran out. So they're now fighting for their lives in the left side, barely getting out somehow. The 96 didn't get their second shot down onto them, and there are now 40 seconds left on the clock. This is getting too close. Coral Mist, you can play it safer here as they go 2 down. Crab is now able to find some more space. Stringer is trying to find more chip and more picks here. Now remember, they have about like 20 seconds after the timer goes down. That's a clean one shot coming from Free.
That was a clean one shot indeed. But they have gone down in the middle of the map here. It does look like, however, with that one player down on Coral Mist, they might be thinking about trying to get a few more players down at the moment before they can make a push. But already Coral Mist is looking for a pick on this power climb here, managing to get one on Star. And here comes someone to pick up the power climb once again, just to run up forwards into the climb boss. We can get it in, but it does look like they are going to be punished there. I don't think running it there on your own is necessarily the wisest thing to do as we go into overtime here. It looks like Coral Mist already has a dominant presence in the middle of the map, and with 3 players down on Crab, that is going to be a game, and that's going to be set as well. Coral Mist taking a clean 5-0 against Crab.
A clean sweep. I don't think I've seen one in a while for most Ludi sets that was on stream, because most of them always ended up to like at least game 8 when I watched it. But this is definitely an interesting change of pace as Coral Mist goes for a 5-0 clean, perfect sweep onto Crab, like you said. Well, that is a very dominant performance coming from Coral Mist, earning them their 3rd set of the 5 weeks. Only 1 week left for Coral Mist to go, and maybe that's a guaranteed playoffs if they make it work next week as well.
Maybe. I'm looking forward to seeing to where they go next. Now, Crab still has a win yet to take in terms of this Ludi season, but I believe they could potentially do it at some point. It does look like, I think maybe Scorch Clams running the clam solo might be a little bit of a dangerous idea in overtime, but Crab, I am a believer. I know that I used to be on the other Crab team, Crab Rave, but you know.
Oh, live gacha reaction! Hold on, live gacha reaction. Is it?
Live gacha reaction.
Oh, damn it!
Oh, just the food ticket. Oh,
it's just the 15% experience. I would have been so hyped if it just popped out a golden banner or 10 chunks of every. That would have been so awesome. But yeah, to cut us short here, that was relatively quick as a Ludi match. But there is one more set that will come out. I think it was between Velvet Sky and Ink Black in Division 5, guessed by Sephir and also Toma in about 15 to 20 minutes. So stick around in your hot seats.
The goats, I love Saf and Toma. They stick around. They're going to be fantastic, especially in this set between Velvet Sky and Ink Black, both who have 3 set wins this Ludi season. So one of them is going to be getting their 4th, and one of them is going to be getting their 1st set loss. The stakes are high starting the next 13 minutes or so. So that's something to look forward to.
Yeah, and that will be it for the both of us here. Thank you for joining our Lily and Lila podcast. Cough, cough, not Ludi tonight. Cough, cough. But where can the good people find you, Lily?
Well, you can find me on Twitter and Blue Sky and Twitch at Lily Gravy Bread. That's Lili Gravy Bread. And what about you, Lila? Where can the good people of the internet find you?
You can find me on Twitter, X, whatever it is, on Lila Russ VScope. You can also find me on Blue Sky with just Lila Russ, and I occasionally stream and post stuff on my YouTube channel, Lila Russ, as well. So if you're interested, come swing by. You can also find my team server locality there too. So if you're interested, come swing by and have a chat. We're normal, we promise. But that would be it for us. So thank you.
Quote unquote normal. All right. Thanks so much. I had a lot of fun. We'll be passing over back to Falco in a second now, I believe.
Thank you both. Thank you, Lila. Thank you, Lily. Yes, one more set coming up tonight. Velvet Sky versus Ink Black. Both teams 3-0. Both teams looking to move on to 4-0, but only one of them can do it. The other is going to get their first loss of the season. This match will be coming up in about 10 minutes or so you guys don't go anywhere. You're watching Ludi Tonight on Splatoon Tourney. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Ludi Tonight. We are getting ready for our final set of the night. Velvet Sky, Ink Black, 2 3-0 teams. Looking to see who goes on to 4-0. I'm joined here with Saf and Toma, as per usual, on our lovely Sunday night streams. Saf, how's your fidget spinner? How are you doing?
You know, it's spinning and it's fidgeting, Falco, so things are going pretty good over here. I'm very stimulated.
What more could you ask for? And Toma, I'm digging the hat that you have. What we've got the LSL rep, right?
Yeah, we got the LSL rep. You know, everybody was in costumes before. I'm just gonna be discount pop gun tonight, so with my LSL hat on stream.
Hey, we're happy to have you both here. Where's your cat, Saf? You said she was gonna be there. She run away?
She got camera shy.
Oh, we all
she
do
decided
sometimes.
tonight is not the night for Ludi tonight. For Kilala.
That's fine. That's okay. But hey, Velvet Sky, Ink Black, 2 teams who have been featured on Ludi Tonight many times here. We've talked about Ink Black being one of, like, I would say pretty much a fan favorite of a CCA team also playing in Ludi. There aren't a ton of them, so they are looking to dominate today. Velvet Sky has proven that they have been doing it very well so far this Ludi season, and both teams 3-0. You know, moving up to 4-0, that's a very comfortable spot to move on to the playoffs in Ludi, but it's not quite guaranteed, so it's going to be an amazing set between these 2 teams, right, Saf?
Yeah, absolutely, Falco. I mean, it's like you said, both teams are 3-0, both of them looking for that win, but it's kind of huge for those Velvet Sky fans out there, because we've really gotten to track their journey over this Ludi season, because they've been with us time and time again, and they're about to be with us again for the 4th time and going into the game already. Oh my goodness, Toma. It's so exciting to have a team that's consistently returning, because we get to track their journey. We get to watch how they do. And look at this comp here. A lot of Ink Zuka I'm seeing.
Yeah, you definitely see those Zukas, especially with that ballpoint coming out, you know, from Mini or the ZNF charger on the side of Yum. And just like you're excited to see Velvet Sky, I'm really excited to see Ink Black here tonight. They actually were in my Ludi group last season in Division 8. I know Falco has some friends over there on Velvet Sky who was in his group too, so it's really good to see these teams facing off and see the growth that happened from their Division 8 runs last season. Right now, though, it looks like Ink Black is trying to get this early advantage going, but with 2 down and a Zuka out, they are going to have to back up. They do have quite a bit of clams in their hands right now, though, so they can start trying to build that economy coming in. The junior does go down, though, as now Icy is trying to look here and see if they can pick off Toto, choosing to back off and grab a few clams, and we know how this goes, Saf. It is just team deathmatch and finding those clams until you have those right moments come together.
Yeah, and you know, the deathmatch sometimes can last the entire game, Toma, because sometimes the team fight is so strong on both sides, and then the recovery time is so quick, even when you get the man advantage, as Velvet Sky is finding themselves at a disadvantage with 3 members down, only the NZAP left alive. Ink Black looking in to try to move in here, but the NZAP is going to try to throw that cooler down, waiting for their teammates to come back in, so Ink Black is a little bit hesitant to try to push forward. Velvet Sky definitely has the ground to take if they want to. They are juiced up, they can take fights and be back lickety-split, no problem. But Ink Black is going to have a juicer of their own. Look at this. You can see 3 members of Ink Black trying to take these top grades here. Just have all eyes on the spawn of Velvet Sky. So Velvet Sky really is going to have to hold strong here if they want to prevent any points from happening.
Right now, with 2 down, they're doing that great, finding these picks onto Ink Black, but then go 2 down themselves. Saf, like we say, these team fights just go back and forth so fast. You saw Ink Black in a bad situation there, and it very quickly flips to the opposite with the man advantage on Ink Black, now looking to see if they can try to get a push going into Velvet Sky's base. This, Saf, is a map that, in my experience, has been really hard to break into. I see matches go all the time to where you're getting down to that buzzer, and neither team has been able to dunk a clam. Trying to get up that ramp, though. Neptune is finally able to break open that basket. They do have some clams to be able to follow up here, bringing that score down to around 65 right now without any additional follow-up here, though. They're going to just be holding as much space as they can in mid, saying, hey, yeah, we've got that push ending there, but we're not going to let you back in here for free. And now they got 2 minutes left on this clock. And of course, it's not a safe push by any means, Saf, but we've seen how long it takes to really get that push going, even when teams have been in 3-down situations. So Ink Black is definitely sitting a little bit more comfortable here right now.
Absolutely. I mean, they were holding a very strong offensive line kind of in the front, and they have so many clams still at their disposal, which Ink Black is doing such a great job at. Like, even though they broke that basket open and eventually were pushed out by Velvet Sky, they still have so many clams in their pockets to try to follow up and make another push. And with 3 specials online as well, there's the first Inkzuka getting popped, and the Inkjet's going to be popped as well. Velvet Sky once again finding themselves in a disadvantaged situation. You could see Neptune trying to see on this left-hand side here if they want to try to make a jump for it, as Toto is going to follow up with Space up top there, having a power clam in their possession. But Velvet Sky just having a really good time with this defensive maneuver. I mean, sure, Space was able to break in there and get that power clam in, but there is no follow-up. I say that, and then there's a couple follow-ups done by Ink Black there, but kind of a risky break, I would say, coming in from Ink Black, taking it down to the 52, and that penalty is going to reinitiate, but not as high as it was before. 13, not a huge penalty to try to break in for Ink Black if they want to try to get back into this map, but with only a minute left to go, Velvet Sky are finding themselves the ones that are at a disadvantage. They got to get some points on the board, Toma, if they want to stay in this game.
Yeah, and they've got to keep an eye on all the ways that you can move around this map. You're going to go in there and dunk that power clam, but you don't have many members left up on Velvet Sky to be able to add to this. You got the Zap here trying to make a move up. Is going to be able to add those, just one clam actually, but you've got Ink Black that's just watching every way into their base, not allowing Velvet Sky in. Going to find the full wipe there as well, and now you can see the speed that they're moving forward here. Neptune already up on this ramp. They're going to be throwing some clams together. It looks like, unfortunately, throwing them at each other and not making the power there. But Ink Black doesn't really need to rush to score here. In fact, it may even be better for them if they wait until closer to the end to make that power and then dunk it instead of giving away their location right now. It looks like Velvet Sky is going to be trying to find a way back in here into this map. One down currently. They need to get basically from their base all the way across the map, and that's going to be a tall order with Azuka coming in, getting a huge double there. Space Steel's going to be left free to run up and just hit that into the basket, Saf.
As the name implies, Space sealed the deal. I mean, not only did they have one power clam in hand, but they had a second one behind them. So regardless, Toma, they were going to be breaking that basket open. Huge Zuka shot coming out from Space Seals in those last overtime moments to try to finish off the game there. So good job to Ink Black taking us to game number 1. And also, Toma, something I'd like to point out. We do see on the side of Ink Black that our friend Neptune being a freaking flyer here on Ludi tonight. But before I talk about that, look at this replay here. You can see Yom trying to hold this left-hand side, trying not to let anybody come in here. A really good spot to be if you're a Charger player as well. Opting to go to the lower ground and pick up some juice here, but here is Space Seals. Here is the game-winning play coming up here. They got the power clam in possession. They have their Trizuka online, and there it goes. Just a collateral hit, and phenomenal at that. Plenty of ink to be had to try to go in and take that power clam into the basket areas. I mean, textbook, Toma.
Absolutely huge play from them, and I love the way that Ink Black was really able to capitalize off the space that their specials created. We saw it not just with that Zuka at the end that was able to secure that game with them, Sap, but we saw it time and time again. Especially, I want to point out the way that I believe it's Mini there on that Splatling. When they're popping Jet, people are moving forward with that. People are going to run. They're running and fighting with that. You're not letting the Jet fight alone, you know? And I think that's really crucial. It's not a special that's going to just get one shots unless you're, you know, super cracked with it and you're just going to hit every single shot that you take. It's going to splash damage, and if you can run in there, you can shoot at people, and they're going to be already distracted by trying to get away from the giant explosions coming at them. It can be really great for them to just come up, shoot those few extra bullets, and grab that extra kill on them.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? I think that's going to be especially helpful here on Umami Ruins going into our game too. Inkjet just having fantastic break-in power when a team gets locked out. And it's no different here, especially if you take that water tower area, take the higher ground, kind of help your mates out to push back into the base or out into the mid area from the base if it comes down to it. So running that ball point here I think is going to be major. But once again, Toma, remember, the first game is always just a gathering information, right? It's taking recon. What is each team running? What's something that we can do next time to make it better? And so going into game 2 here, how are things going to change? How are they going to be the same, perhaps? And it looks like, yeah, look at that. Sodoka is going to opt to take the 96 Gal, so we do see a Kraken coming out for zones, but there's also going to be missiles on the side of Velvet Sky, so that is a painting special that gets or that's actually 2 painting specials that are lacking on the side of Velvet Sky. So with with Cooler and with Kraken, those are 2 specials that don't really have a lot of paint, but definitely help with the forward aggression. And so how is Inkblack going to try to combat that with the specials of their own?
Yeah, I'm really interested to see that, especially the Kraken in particular. It's a special that I think there's, talks that happen around it, especially in splat zones, and about when you need to use it. And it's one of those specials that can be really good on this mode, but only when you use it in advantage. You need to use it to get forward, cause distractions, cause a delay for the opponents to move into zones, because if you pop it while you're contesting zone, Saf, it's just going to end up where you can't outpaint the other team, just like you said, and that's, Cooler as well does that for them. Right now, Inkblack looks like they're going to be trying to make a hold at these zones, going to be able to flip it here, but Yum is already looking at trying to neutralize these. The Charger really great at being able to just paint across this entire zone really fast. You saw it kind of capped it there just in 2 shots, and I think the ZNF is a great pick for them here right now. It charges faster than, like an E-leader or another weapon, and if you're not going to be playing Pencil, I definitely think this is the one to be playing at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you there, and especially with having the wall and the tri-strikes as well to kind of help follow up, help to clear an area from a distance. Super helpful for a Charger player. Nicely done by Mini, a nice little splat there, but Icy quick to follow up. Icy having a lot of mobility here. They were able to paint the zone and nearly get away unscathed in their last life that they were on before. Velvet Sky, though, finding themselves in a good situation, Toma, and as I said, here comes in the Kraken, a huge displacement tool utilized by Velvet Sky, but with Inkblack having that juice online, I mean, they are really going to be quick to take these fights here, and Space Seals, once again, having that Trizuka, looking for 1 pick, able to find it, the bomb to help follow up on Icy there, and Sylph able to follow up on the 3rd, and so Velvet Sky now in a delayed wipe scenario, going to have to opt to back up here with 2 walls, wall to wall over in that corner there. Good utilization of those, but only 1 really being successful. And now the tides have turned again. Inkblack now finding themselves in a 3-down scenario, and Velvet Sky opting to push forward. I think with having Yum kind of hold it down as the anchor, but having so much mobility is really working for them here, Toma.
It really is, and right now I think that the problem is that Inkblack just isn't finding the way to win these fights in mid right now at the moment. They've been going in and they'll take control for just a little while, but they come in afterwards when Velvet Sky is respawning and they're not able to hold it. You often see, I think right now they're kind of struggling against, like you said, Yum holding it down on that backline. I think the Wiper right now on the side of Inkblack is finding a little bit of a hard time getting in, especially when you've got, a wall from both a Charger and from a 96 that is going to be inhibiting you from being able to take space. You see that they do have this space here now, but again, this 96 is just causing a lot of trouble, and here comes Yum as well. They're going to be trying to move in, but they keep popping these walls, Saf, and it's giving them a hard time on being able to find these picks. Space Seals there tries to go in on the try, but immediately has to back up. The Wiper down on the side of Inkblack, and now you've got this Kraken here coming in on the zone. Like I said, not sure if that's quite the optimal time to use it, but it doesn't matter because 3 go down on the side of Inkblack. Velvet Sky going to be finding their way back into this zone. Inkblack did take quite a bit of, score off. They're much closer now, but they still do have a penalty they're going to have to work through to be able to get this lead.
Yeah, and one thing I want to point out too, the Wiper going down was to a Trizuka shot that happened earlier, and I don't think that it was intended. So good kudos to them for getting that random shot to get the go in for the splat. But Velvet Sky with a minute left, still finding that they only have 20 seconds left to go. Inkblack having some trouble finding their footing here to try to break back out into the midsection, especially with the tri-strike follow-up. I mean, also textbook coming out from Velvet Sky, stacking their specials, but this is their moment to make a push here, considering the Kraken just fell into oblivion, and there it goes. The zone flips back over into Inkblack's possession, and with 25 seconds left on the screen, Toma, they are going to try to take us into overtime and hold strong.
They've got to watch out for this Zuka coming from behind them. They saw the shot and knew that they could pincer in, and they're able to take it down. That could potentially be huge for them. They're able to recap this zone. The penalty is through, but they need to be able to hold on to it. And as this timer comes down and you see those strikes come out, this could be a difficult situation. 3 down on the side of Ink Black. Velvet Sky is going to be able to take it back there at the end.
Painting for their lives to try to make sure that that zone stays in the neutral position. I mean, look at that. Sometimes even the ink explosions that you get on the zone come way after the fact. If you take a look at that right-hand side, I mean, half of it is almost painted with orange, so you would think it would be taken out of possession, considering these zones are a little small. There's the fist bump, nicely done, on the side of Velvet Sky. A 1-to-1, Toma. So, I mean, from what I've seen so far, pretty evenly matched.
Yeah, for sure. Right now, here we see on that replay, you've got the shot trying to make the play from behind. They had made the pincer in when they were left in the base, but weren't quite able to find anything off that Zuka. And of course, are taken down. Ink Black here, though, just unfortunately isn't able to find the wins here in these fights. You see that Kraken come in on the side, and then just this Slosher is able to mop up there in mid. The shot finds the Wiper, and then it's just Toto left there on the back end. It's the last member of Ink Black left up, and they aren't going to be able to take on all of Velvet Sky by themselves.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that utilization of the Kraken by Velvet Sky, because more often than not, when you saw the Kraken, you saw somebody else trying to come in and pincer with them, which is absolutely vital if you're going to be using Kraken, I think, especially on spot zones, because you got to be successful in taking your fights, and especially if you're going to opt for a more aggressive special that's not as paint heavy, you got to be thinking about how can you utilize that to your advantage. And I think that Velvet Sky did it perfectly there, because multiple times you would see Soto go in and try to take somebody out, but then there was someone there around the backside to follow up.
Absolutely, and this is one of those maps where I think that really does work well, and it's really key. You have these smaller zones, so of course the Kraken Trail does matter more on these zones than it does, say, on like a larger map like Hagglefish zones, where that zone is significantly larger. And the fact that on this map you've got those two sides, being able to flank around, like you said, and come in and fight that together is much more efficient than it is on a single zone map. So I think that, you know, out of all choices to bring out that Kraken here on a zones map, this was definitely the map to do so, and we saw them able to utilize it really well.
Absolutely, and I want to point out Yume's walls as well that were super helpful. I mean, you had a double wall stack from Velvet Sky at one point. Okay, it's like GG's go next. But a lot of times whenever Yume was able to get on top mid, that wall was consistently in front of the spawning point of Ink Black every time they tried to come in. So that's a whole other barrier of protection, a whole other layer that Velvet Sky was able to use to their advantage, and also just able to maintain themselves really well on the top mid area. So maybe another thing Ink Black can kind of take back and take some notes on is how well can we kind of get around these wall scenarios? How can we try to maybe utilize the bomb wall strat, where if this person is going to really be close to this wall and around it, how can I use my bomb to maybe displace somebody or move somebody away from that wall?
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, and it's really, really effective, I think, especially against that Wiper who wants to get in there and kind of poke from its range and being able to skirmish with you. And that wall completely denies the skirmish there from that Wiper. And in fact, we're not going to see them bringing that Wiper back out here on the tower control map here, Hagglefish zones. We are going to see instead, you know, just a triple shooter comp with that ballpoint. Definitely a more standard comp that you see nowadays being run. You know, I think the only thing you may see more than this right now is, you know, 2 shots, a squeezer, and a pencil or something like that. And everybody loves their triple Zuka comps, don't they?
Yeah, these days it's kind of standard for if you buy the game. It's like, here's your Trizuka, here's your 3 Trizukas, have a nice day. They were included in your game case. Moving forward, though, Ink Black having a good control of the tower. 2 down, 3 down on the side of Velvet Sky. First checkpoint uncontested by Ink Black, so that is quickly going to fall. They got all eyes on that front canopy area up there. Velvet Sky looking to try to push forward into that canopy, but just having no dice to do so. And especially with Neptune just causing a havoc up here, taking a lot of attention away from the objective. But Ink Black finding themselves at the 47 mark now, with Velvet Sky able to push back in. The Tri-Strike's now online and the Zipcaster now online for Velvet Sky, just kind of holding tightly to that, waiting for the push of their own. Icy is going to have to be a good distraction factor, but they can't do that if they end up going down here with the tower barely making it past mid for Velvet Sky. Ink Black having so much turf covered on their side and not really allowing any space to move, but Yume once again taking the lower ground and hiding behind that little wall there from from the mid ground and taking out a really good shot there. And I mean, it's kind of just a firefight back and forth, Toma. I mean, Velvet Sky is really trying here.
Yeah, Yume's jump shot there scared me a little bit. I was not expecting that right now. You just continue to see this scrappy fight happening. You're going to see the jump out on the side of Velvet Sky, opting to try to keep what they have of their special there for being able to stop Ink Black coming in here, which is going to be really key. You know, we've seen that Ink Black takes a lot of space forward. You really want to hold those specials to be able to push them out, and it seems like they're able to stop Ink Black from advancing here. On the left side, our Space Seals there trying to take a fight, but just deciding to throw a bomb, being like, hey, it's okay, I know you're there, but I've got some coverage over there. Seeing now, like, yeah, you're moving up, I know where you are, I'm keeping track of everything, and I think that's impressive. We see great awareness, and we see a great pick there from the Zipcaster as well. But these players are doing so good, Saf, at just noting where people are, and if it's not a huge threat, a good trade there, you know, then they're not going to worry about it right at that second. They'll throw a bomb, they'll do whatever they can to slow it down, focus on what needs to be focused on right at that moment, and then when the other person starts really becoming a threat, then they can be like, okay, now we're going to turn our attention towards you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think especially with having that Zipcaster on Velvet Sky, that's going to be a huge distraction tool if they're able to utilize it properly and how they want to. Ink Black once again finding themselves in a 2-down scenario here, but they still have a pretty decent lead, Tom. I mean, there's a little less, just shy of 2 minutes left in the game, and now Velvet Sky trying to make a follow-up, finding their way down to this first checkpoint with Yume set up on the tower there, and with the range that they have, that right-hand elbow is just not going to stand a chance under that canopy, and especially if you have Icy coming in, and this is what I was talking about, taking that Zipcaster and utilizing it to its full potential, flipping the lead for Velvet Sky, and the Tri-Strikes were online, but Yume was unfortunately taken out, but Icy and Soto are going to be there together to take the second checkpoint onto the third checkpoint now. With Icy being in a great position, I mean, did you see those Trizuka shots just absolutely dancing around the tower to not let those affect them whatsoever? And now, especially with Yume being up on that right-hand side with the Tri-Strikes, I mean, good protection factor coming out from them. No bombs left unscathed to be thrown on that tower, ending it at the 7. The Ink Black is going to have to ride this tower all the way back to mid and all the way down to the 6 mark if they want to stay in it.
Yeah, this is huge for Velvet Sky as well. Breaking that second checkpoint, Saf, is no small feat, let alone the third one immediately after, because there's just so much ground to be able to shoot at the tower from those. You've got that canopy area to work through, and we saw Icy do exactly what they needed to do at that moment with that Zipcaster for Velvet Sky. It's going to be hard for Ink Black to really be able to replicate that here, especially as they're being picked off, trying to come in. They've got 3 down on the side of Ink Black right now, so they don't have a lot of time to get back here and back on this tower, and they're burning through this inkjet as well just to be able to get back in and stay alive. But it doesn't even look like they are going to be able to. Oh, and just as I say that, they are able to make it to the tower, but those GG strikes, Saf, are going to come out, and they're going to end Ink Black's push there.
Yeah, I felt some question. I felt like, you know, like when you see something questionable, you feel like a little question mark comes above your head. That was about to happen to me with those Tri-Strikes coming out, because I was like, wait, huh? Wait, they're still going? Wait, they got, no, okay.
Yeah, not the immediate ending that you usually see from the Tri-Strikes. Ink Black was able to at least survive there for a little bit, hopping on and off, but you know, we know how the GG strikes are, Saf. Here we see this great push from the side of Velvet Sky. You've got all that pressure up on that top right-hand corner, covering the exact ground that they need to really get this push together. Icy just dancing the tower there as long as they can, but of course, you know, you got these fights coming out, eventually goes down, but you've got other members just ready to follow up, ready to just hop right back on there. They're like, okay, my teammate went down, no problem. They weakened you. I'm going to continue this fight. They got the tri-strikes out there to block anybody from stopping that checkpoint break. And it's just textbook plays there, Saf. Absolutely good.
Yeah, and one thing I have to appreciate too is that even with those tri-strikes coming out and having complete coverage of the tower, you could see that all three members of Ink Black were still alive in the firefight. They kept their distance, but they didn't ease up on the firepower, and they tried to push the members of Velvet Sky off the tower as best as possible, even though there was kind of like a paywall in front of them, if you will. You pay the price with your life if you get too close to it. But I still appreciate that they were able to keep that momentum and mobility to try to maintain their space and to value their lives a little bit better, you know what I mean? And especially when you have Juice online, right? Like, you value your life a little bit less, but it's really interesting to watch people that take Juice out of their comms, because it's like, okay, how do you play this a little bit carefully, or like more careful, especially because you know you can't be as reckless?
Yeah, that is, a great question there, too. It's one that I struggle with myself on my own team, trying to figure out juiceless comps, and especially in this meta, you've got, these crazy specials. You've got Zuka, you've got Inkjet that can just take you out without, any sort of warning. And it feels really punishing to not be able to come back from that really fast. So you really have to kind of consider your options here. And am I going to play with this cooler? Is this something I need? I've got to keep in mind the killing power that these specials have, or just, hey, are we going to try to go in here? Are we going to just try to win these fights? We don't need that cooler. We're going to bring out the, the Zukas of our own, the Inkjets of our own. And we're just going to try to be a little careful about when they have a special so that we don't get caught out in them.
Right, exactly. And really quick turnaround here, Toma, going into Rainmaker on Sturgeon Shipyard, a Splatoon 2 classic, if you will, just with some added caveats. And I'd like to throw it back, actually, to last Ludi season when we got to see a really crazy lead change on this one, just by jumping up into the mountain area and utilizing the little bit of ground that comes from the spinning platform up there. Will we see the same kind of thing here? It's really easy to try to flip the lead here, especially because it's like you don't really know how much distance you need to take, just because there's so many different avenues to try to get to the final pedestal. So it's really interesting to see what people come up with here. But once again, you just find yourself in the team fight. Velvet Sky finding the leg up in the team fight for this one. Yoom gonna opt to pick up the Rainmaker here. They were looking for the mountainside, but now it's looking like the right is actually the safer passage here. But they are gonna find themselves being flanked by Space Seals. It's gonna be a little bit dicey here, and especially two members going down, and the fight kind of ending a little bit quicker than, a little prematurely, if you will, with Mini coming out and with the hammer to follow up with the Trizuka. That was a triple special coming out from Ink Black to try to recover here. The Rainmaker being dropped at the 71.
Yeah, for sure. And right now they're going to be picking it up, trying to get through here. And Saf, this is one of those matches, are one of these maps where things can get really stally, can get really hard to find these checkpoint breaks initially. So we're going to be seeing kind of what Ink Black can do. 2 down right now could be huge for them to potentially try to make a break here at this first checkpoint, but they've got to be careful. One does go down there right around the corner. You see their teammate protecting them, and they are able to... Oof. No, they don't find the dunk, but Sylph does have this hammer ready to be able to break that immediately, and they are going... No, they're not, Saf! Twice they're being foiled by Velvet Sky on this dunk!
Oh my gosh. I mean, sometimes you just try to Hail Mary, and that was not the case here for Ink Black, unfortunately. But Velvet Sky having a really strong foothold here right now, Toma. They're going to let that Rainmaker reset, which is definitely going to be in their best interest for this one. But unfortunately for them, Ink Black having solid mid control here, opting to look for that left-hand side, especially because you have most members kind of crowded over there, and that pedestal is mostly painted. And I think Velvet Sky is kind of aware of that. They know that the right-hand side was a really close call, but now that... it seemed like Ink Black was maybe a little bit hesitant there. Better usage of specials, I think, and sometimes it comes down to the special fight most of the time there. You could see the bucket trying to back up away from that Trizuka, but Space Seals once again landing the pick absolutely beautifully there, and now Velvet Sky finding themselves at a disadvantage, but holding really strong on the defense, Toma, and especially with Yoom having so much eyesight and range on their side. I mean, it's making it difficult for Ink Black to try to push forward. So they just really needed that scramble to get to that 57 mark, and now they just really got to play the defense.
Yeah, that's definitely what they need to do, but you know, you can't be too safe with this kind of thing, because you know, if one team does push and find that checkpoint break, you could find yourself in a lot of trouble. And right now, Velvet Sky is trying to do just that, making a break here for the checkpoint. The Zuka out on the side of Ink Black with all these suction bombs around the pedestal, but it isn't going to be enough. Velvet Sky is going to be able to find the checkpoint break now. This is a great lead for them, but they do have to be careful, as right now Ink Black is able to get the pop, going to be forcing them out of their base, and be picking up this Rainmaker ready for a push of their own. And you, Saf, you got to be careful when this happens now for Ink Black, because if they're able to find that checkpoint break, all they really need to do is to be able to pop that Rainmaker and just push it, just, you know, a few extra points, which can be pretty easy to do if you are able to land the checkpoint. But no, they're going to find an excellent pick. Now looking at Space Seal is going to be forcing them to back up. Once again, Ink Black is thwarted here at the pedestal.
Yeah, and the Rainmaker is being left behind here. Yum looking like they're keeping an eye on it, waiting for the respawn coming back up from their other teammates. But they're just going to try to hold it there for right now, Toma, and that's what they got to do, especially in this last minute of the game. It's all defense now for Velvet Sky, because Ink Black is going to be trying their darndest to get back in there and push that Rainmaker forward. The reset is going to happen, though, with 40 seconds left, and the Tri-Strikes coming out to follow up, the Stamp coming out. Wow, just a corner of specials over on that left-hand side there, but Toto's going to pick up the Rainmaker here. Space Seals has a pathway painted for them. They just got to get in there and get close, but Yum quick to follow up there. Mini unable to get there in time before the Rainmaker carrier is taken out, but Ink Black has the advantage at this moment with players. They just need to get the pop and get the pedestal. They gotta get going right now, Toma. Only 10 seconds left remaining. Again, Yum in a perfect position to follow up here and hold the space, and you can see Toto waiting to try to climb back up, but they lose it.
Oh my god, Saf!
Oh.
The Yum! Crazy!
Yum!
Watching all of these shots on there, trying to just stop Ink Black from finding that. What was that? That had to be no less than like 5 times Ink Black was on the pedestal and just couldn't find the dunk.
Yeah, that was pretty absurd. I mean, Velvet's Yum with the skin on their back, with everything on their back, taking the shots, and the most important shots at that. So the Rainmaker going down right there from Yum being up top. Mini just a little bit late to the party to try to take them out before they can do that. Space Seals trying to move in and finish the fight there. They have the man advantage here, Toma, but they waited way too long because Yum was already there to respond. They were already there to take them out, and the Trizuka trying to come out to push them away, but Yum is quick to move, and you could see Toto was worried. They were so worried to try to go up in front of that pedestal to try to push it up there. Look at Toto. Do you see that? Look at that. I mean, fire from 2 sides, and especially that line of sight coming from Yum. Yum being so successful in hitting all of their shots in this game. I mean, if I was Toto, I also would have hesitated and been a little scared. Man, oh man.
Oh my gosh, that was crazy intense. Like, every time, Saf, that it was going to go somewhere, it just like, I was like, oh, this is where Ink Black wins. This is where Ink Black gets the dunk. This is where, you know, the lead is going to change. Yum stopped it every single time that I thought something was going to happen, Saf. Truly the MVP of that game.
Well, that's exactly what you need when you're a Charger player, right? By the way, the Splatoon tourney sponsored by Synergy GT's Kombucha. I'm totally kidding. That's just a me thing. But I mean, you was in the right place in the right time for the entirety of that game, Toma. And not only that, but they were hitting their shots consistently, and that's got to feel so good when you're a Charger player, when you're on fire, when you're heating up, and you get on your grind and you're able to make those shots and to make it where it counts, and Yum did just that. So Velvet Sky has got to be patting themselves on the back for that one. But it's not over yet, Toma. It's not over yet. We're moving into game number 5. We're going to go down and play some clams in the gorge on Scorch Gorge.
Yes, we are, Saf, and God, I am excited to see where this is going to go, because now this can be a dangerous map if you can, you know, let a charger set up on that top mid, especially if they're hitting their shots like has been hitting their shots tonight, Saf. But, you know, at the same time, if you can't get them set up there, and if, you know, you're playing around this cover, if you're playing around that big, you know, just obstruction in mid, it may be a lot harder for Yum to find those picks. Of course, the ballpoint is going to be great on those, you know, great on those greats, kind of holding down space in mid and potentially, you know, looking to provide some pressure along the left side of base when, you know, creating a push going forward. Right now, both teams are going to be just loading in, looking for that ever classic team deathmatch going on. As right now, you see the Viper and the Stamper fighting it out over there. And now you've got Mini here just looking to try to just create a little bit of pressure, especially as they're being pushed across these grates. Finds a nice pick, 2 down on Velvet Sky. May give Ink Black an opportunity here to get something going potentially.
Yeah, and especially with Mini having that Inkjet online, they were throwing the clams over to their teammates, giving them some clams to work with, if you will, making some chowder for them. But no ball online for Ink Black at this moment. They have such high economy, but no ball quite online. They are waiting for the right opportunity to push forward here, and especially with having Mini front and center on that top mid area, that's going to be crucial for when they want to make their push. And with the Trizuka from Space Seals, once again, excellent Trizuka shots. That's someone that you got to be really worried about on the side of Velvet Sky. You got to be watching out for Space Seals because they have also been consistently hitting their shots with that Trizuka. But the first pop is going to go to Ink Black down to the 59 mark. We don't have any more clams to follow up. We're trying to hold it open, trying to go in for these 1v1 fights, but I think they're just going to let it stop right there as Velvet Sky now is fully respawned in and painting over their basket area. But with Ink Black having such strong control of mid and once again having so many clams in their back pocket, they are towing the line of the perfect balance of playing offense but also keeping clams at their disposal.
Yeah, unfortunately though, Seals is going to go down there on the left-hand side of Velvet Sky's base. It's going to take out a significant chunk of their clan economy as well. But you're absolutely right. Ink Black has been playing this textbook. They've been waiting for those right moments of having the man-down situation plus having the clan economy to really move forward and take space. And we're seeing a very good game out of them at the moment. Yum does get a great pick onto Mini there to be able to create some space in here for Velvet Sky. Going to be adding up to that with the strikes in there too as they find a pick on the Viper. And now you've got Icy going in with that Zipcaster trying to create a lot of space. You've got members of Velvet Sky ready to go under basket. They just need to get that power clam up. Yum gonna be able to throw that wall in front of them, finds the power clam in there. And you do have some follow-up moving in on the side of Velvet Sky, but it looks like Ink Black is trying to mop that up as quickly as they can, are able to bring their score there down to 62, just one clam shy of being able to tie it. But now Ink Black just has so much map control here, ready to go. They have a power clam. They've got a hammer here. They're going to find the pick on to Icy. Zaf, this is huge for Ink Black to find their way back in here. Finds a second one. Just those tri-strikes standing in the way of Ink Black right now at the moment. But it looks like that power clam is down in just a little bit of too awkward of a space for them to be able to salvage that. But that could have been huge there, Sap. But unfortunately, the pick's just not going the right way for Ink Black.
Yeah, just when I think that Stamp is not viable, I'm proven wrong, Toma. Consistently here on Ludi tonight, most of the time. Velvet Sky finding the pop here, needing one more to take the lead, and there it goes. The lead is flipped. The Tri-Strike's coming out for some cover. Not a lot of clams, though, to follow up here to move that lead a little bit lower. And Ink Black finding themselves in a 2-down situation. So this is ideal for Velvet Sky if they want to try to keep pushing it forward. But the basket, unfortunately, going up with a few clams being thrown in there. You can see one up there on the platform right underneath the basket there, not quite making contact with it. But Ink Black, once again, quick to follow up. Just so good, once again, at towing the line of making sure that they have clams at their disposal, but also having such awesome mid control. But Velvet Sky is just quick to pop the basket where they need to. They're able to pull it together so much quicker than Ink Black has been able to. But Ink Black is doing so well at finding the splats, Toma.
Yeah, they really, really are. And it isn't going to take too much to be able to get that lead back with, 30 seconds remaining. They just really need to find that economy. And that probably starts with not letting that power clam on their ramp break. But it looks like, unfortunately, no one is able to just go back and get to it. Mini here instead opting to just try to hold down as much space as mid as they can, but these Tri-Strikes plus the members of Velvet Sky just collapsing in on them is going to prove to be a little bit too much. The Wiper here in the corner going to be taking a trade, not taken out, or just taken out, so that at least gives them a little bit of more room to work with. But they really need to find some solid picks and not just trades here to be able to get under this basket area. They don't have too much time remaining, and the Zuka out gonna make it just that much more difficult, taking down Mini here, and you just got Toto there left trying to run to the stand or to that power clam, but it's not gonna be enough time. That power clam is going to break there, Saf, and this is gonna be just again, super duper close game. These teams are really bringing it all to the table.
Yeah, they are. I mean, Velvet Sky has got a lot of momentum going into this week, Toma. And you know what? Maybe it's the stream. Maybe it's the stream luck that's getting into Velvet Sky and instilling into them their win rate here. Because, I mean, we've been seeing them win consistently here on Ludi tonight, which I think is something special and something to be had. And that's got to feel really good, too, from the team perspective. And here on the replay, there's Yoom in a really good position, waiting for the jump to come in. Mini having the power clam in their possession. They're looking to try to take the lead here. So much solid map control, but just overall, the mechanics and play that's being done by Velvet Sky is just outmatching what Ink Black is bringing to the table. And sometimes that can be what it comes down to, Toma. I mean, consistently Velvet Sky has not had mid control throughout that game, and Ink Black did, but Velvet Sky was still able to lock it down because they had enough clams in their favor to try to push their lead consistently. And sometimes that's what it comes down to, which is really interesting to me, because I feel like a lot of times it's very textbook, right? It's very much like, okay, we're respawning, let's take back mid, let's try to formulate, let's build special, let's make a push. But we haven't been seeing that here really at all for Velvet Sky, and they've been doing so well.
Yeah, I think part of it, unfortunately, is kind of going back to what happened in that Umami Zones game, is that, the retake and the holding power of Ink Black is really good, but sometimes when they're trying to find that space forward, they just aren't always able to find the right picks. They'll gather the clam economy, they'll get one, maybe two down, but then they'll get picked by Yoom, and from there, it just really starts to fall apart. So really what we need to see there from Ink Black, really, first of all, focusing on moving Yoom. That's number one. That's the big thing. Yoom is really holding down that space well for Velvet Sky. And then once Yoom is down, really paying attention, trying to turn those 1v1 fights into 2v1 fights and working together to be able to make those push forward so that you can win those fights consistently.
Absolutely. I mean, Yoom has been having a field day here tonight on Ludi tonight. They've been having so much fun. You can tell they're killing it. They're having a great time, and they're able to get really established and set up. And I think that is where Ink Black's Achilles heel has been, is that backline is just giving them so much trouble. And because they're able to get mid, right? They get a lot of ground control. They get a lot of fights won. Overall, their splats have been so consistent through the entire evening, but if you let the backline get too comfortable, get too set up, it can be trouble. But look at this, Toma. We have an E-Leader versus E-Leader fight coming out on Brine Water Zones here.
And I had a little bit of a feeling that this might happen. This is the E-Leader map. It is worth noting. However, on the side of Ink Black, you do have, I was about to say, am I mistaken? No, that is the E-Leader scope. So it does have a little bit more range compared to Yoom's unscoped leader, which can potentially give Mini, a little bit of a advantage there in that fight. But you have to keep in mind too that now, you're trading off, a little bit of range on that scope for some more mobility, being able to move around. So it can work out in their favor. But Ink Black right now holding strong on to this zone, and holding space is their strong suit. This is a game where they're going to be able to start reversing some momentum back into their favor. This is the game. They've just got to watch out for the re-entry of Velvet Sky. Icy here moving here on the right side, trying to take this fight with Sylph in the pit, and it looks like Sylph is going to win that that fight. They're
Call
going to
out,
win 2
call out.
on 1. There, Seth, this is huge for the side of Ink Black. They are 20 remaining. They've got 2 down on the side of Velvet Sky. Velvet Sky trying to push back in, but 2 down on the side of Ink Black now. This is going to be their opportunity to flip that zone. They're able to do it now. If you're Ink Black, you have to watch out. You don't want to let Velvet Sky lock you out here.
Yeah, and especially with having you pushing themselves forward, that's going to be really huge for Velvet Sky. But Ink Black, once again, taking the zone back into their favor. A really hefty penalty to try to eat through. So they got to be really careful where they take their fights here. They want this timer to tick down as much as they can to try to go in for the win, and finding themselves in a man advantage here with 2 members of Velvet Sky going down. This is where they need to try to take the lockout for themselves, especially with the juice being deployed. They can be a little bit more risky with where they want to take their fights, but you can see all eyes are on this front entrance point right now. The Wavebreaker coming out for Velvet Sky, trying to do some tracking, but also some tri-strikes to try to get some coverage as well. The zone once again is going to flip. It's such a small zone too. It's so easy to take it out of control and to put it into the neutral format, or to just take it for yourself. And so it's just a matter of like, how are they going to be able to do that, right? I mean, there's not really a lot of space to cover to try to take the zone back.
No, there isn't, and it's all the reason more you have to be careful about your positioning too. This is a zone that you don't want to go down in any zone, but you especially don't want to go down in small zones like this, where the pain of your death can be the cause for the zone flipping. And with these fights being taken in the zone, you see Toto right there fighting it out. It can be the difference between who gets the zone cap and who doesn't. Velvet Sky back in control of this, but you can see it's already neutralized really fast. They get it back online, but you just this paint going around is pretty scary for them. They have a lot of points to work through as well to be able to keep scoring, but no, they are not going to be able to. Sylph there coming in, going to be able to clean that zone up on the side of Ink Black, and now they're just set up in a great position again, and this is what we're seeing right now. This map plays really well to Ink Black's strengths. They're really able to get in here, they're able to set up, they're able to hold space, and they don't really need to do super aggressive plays. They don't really need to go run up that ramp. They don't need to get super in the face of Velvet Sky. The way that their comp works and the way that they play together really just works out well for them to kind of hang around this bottom area and around zone and still be able to hold it.
Yeah, but you got to be watching for No, okay, I got the teams mixed up. You got to be careful for you're going to watch the Charger get themselves set up, though, for Mini being set up on that top area. You could see that Soto was kind of strafing back and forth going into that entrance point, but also going back to the zone to make sure it was painted, because if you leave the Charger unchecked and they're going to just try to paint the zone, I mean, again, not much space or ground to be painted here in order to try to flip it back into your favor. So just a couple charge shots and a nice collateral kill by Mini happening on mid there. Holy smokes. That was huge for Ink Black there, but Velvet Sky just still has such firm control of mid, and their penalty is gone, Toma. This is where Velvet Sky is going to be feeling really good about themselves and snowball it into victory.
Oh my gosh, that
But not quite yet. Ink Black able to take it back there, you know, never out until that game
It's not
is your screen stuff. But look, this zone is just coming under control of Ink Black. The fight's going out there. The hammer chasing down the members of Velvet Sky, getting a pick there. This is not when you want to go down. Right at the end of this timer is counting down. They're about to beat through their penalty. Not much time left for Velvet Sky to be able to break in here. You see two of them moving in, but is it going to be enough? They go down in the zone, Sal, and that is going to be Ink Black taking back the lead.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Oh. Wow. Okay. Okay. All right, Ink Black. Heard. They are not letting go without a fight. That was absolutely crucial there. I mean, the collateral from Mini was insane, with 2 members dying on the zone for Ink Black. Check it out. Look at this. The zone gets taken back into favor. Those 2 X's that were there that Sylph just went over, that was the collateral by Mini. And you could see that one of them jumped out, the other is just trying to escape. But nope, oopsie, here comes the stamp. taking them out, and 2 members able to jump back into mid and just hold tightly. You can see Yoom frantically trying to tap shot and throw the wave breaker in there to clear some space with Icy to follow up, but man, oh man, the ink mine there. It might have actually just came down to the ink mine, Toma. I mean, the ink mine just covered so much of that back zone area there.
Yeah, and it just does in these really small zones, but oh, incredible stuff there. I'm like, I was losing my mind there. I was like, what in the world?
No, what in the world? What in the world?
A commentator's curse, but we're gonna call it a calculated game 9 attempt.
Yeah, that was calculated. That was meant to happen. Or the Ink Black wanted you to think that it was gonna be over, but then they said, not yet. Not quite, but I mean, that's gotta feel really good. Velvet Sky finding themselves in a 4-game winning streak, and then Ink Black finally coming back and ending that streak. Still gonna be at match point though, so it's only an uphill battle from here for Ink Black to try to stay in it. So, but I mean, that's gotta feel pretty good. You gotta be patting yourselves on the back for that one, and how are you gonna ready up and go into the next one?
Yeah, well, you really need to make sure to ride that momentum. You don't want to get bogged down by the fact that you can only lose one more game. That's not the way to be thinking right now. It's not, oh, we can't lose anything. It's like, no, we're going to win. We're winning this next game. We're winning Rainmaker. We're winning Clan Blitz. We're bringing it home. Mentality is 90% of the battle there.
Yes.
And, Ink Black, the Ink Black, I know that's a team that can be calm, cool, and collected under pressure. They definitely have what it takes here, but of course, Velvet Sky is a formidable opponent. They're not going to let this go for free.
No, absolutely not. And they're proving that here, especially with them taking that 4-game win streak like we mentioned earlier. But Toma, another thing to remember too is that both these teams are 3-0. Both of these teams are having a really good Ludi season, and it's really coming down to this this matchup here to see who is going to take their first loss this week going into week number 5. So a lot of marbles on the table, a lot of risks to be taken here. I would really like to see Mini stay on the charger a little bit more. I think that was super beneficial for Ink Black, but I did like the Inkjet pick just because that was so good for space clearing and for initiating the retake fight or the re-entrance fight. But I think having that E-leader in their possession was super helpful here. And I'm wondering if we're going to be seeing that again coming out from Mini. And it looks like, no, we're not. But there are going to be 2 ZNF Chargers. Look at that.
Yeah, we are seeing the mirrored charger fight. I'm really interested to see that. It's not a weapon that I've seen playing too much here on this map, but I think that's one that could work really well, Saf, because this map it can get really hard to push on, especially around checkpoint 2, because you have to worry about that top. If you're pushing, the top right area is really hard to clear out, and if you can get some strikes placed up there, it can clear it out without having to have the danger of actually sending someone to physically occupy that space. So this could be a potentially really good pick out of both sides. But right now, it looks like Ink Black trying to make an early break at this checkpoint 1, but you got one member there, the shot holding it down. They got the 2 jumps in, and a nice Zuka kill as well to be able to stop Ink Black from making any progress here. They're now moving up with that Stamper, just trying to create as much pressure as they can. Icy, of course, moving in with that Zipcaster like we've seen them do before, either trying to find some picks or just distract from this tower for long enough for them to be able to potentially make the checkpoint break, but the Zuka is going to take them down. The last 2 members too far away from the tower to really be able to do anything there, and that's going to be the full wipe out onto Velvet Sky. Now that's going to give Ink Black a lot of space to get going here, especially at this first checkpoint, which is really, like I said, both these checkpoints are pretty hard to clear. These strikes are going to be out to try to create some space in front of that tower. They're guarding that wall of the pit, which is really important, so you don't have somebody up there or come up that and just immediately shoot you. And Neptune just slipping in here at the right moment, saying like, hey, you got one of my people off the tower, but don't mind if I just come in right the other side and clear up this first checkpoint.
Yeah, and look at Icy trying to push up here, getting a nice burst bomb hit, looking in to finish the fight there, but not quite successful. But enough intimidation factor for them to try to do something, getting 1 pick, going and zooming in for the charger for the second one, but not quite finding it there. Now a reverse scenario, having Velvet Sky on to the first checkpoint, the Tri-Strikes coming out to cover the tower and to keep Ink Black's hands away from it. But look at Space Seals, trying to shark down there, but is called out and is having to jump back back. Yoom once again getting comfortable on this tower position here with Soto following up with the Trizuka, but a Trizuka coming out from the side of Ink Black as well with the Tri-Strikes 2, a delayed wipe on Ink Black. Velvet Sky pushing this tower over to the third checkpoint. This is where it can get really scary, Toma. You got to be really, really careful where you want to try to jump down and take the high ground. Neptune coming in from around the left-hand side, trying to opt and help out the fight here with their fellow teammates in the midsection. The Trizuka trade happening up there, but Velvet Sky with a 19-point lead. Yoom having to back all the way up and hold it down in front of their spawn area, waiting for their teammates to come back in. Now, Ink Black, 2 minutes left on the board. Going to have to try to get it down to the 18, Toma. A lot of ground to make up here, but plenty of time to do it.
For sure. That was a huge push on the side of Velvet Sky. I believe they were just a few points from being able to break that last checkpoint there. And they did exactly what I said would happen here on this map, which was just throwing those tri-strikes up into that upper right corner, denying the enemy any space from being able to get up there and defend. That's exactly what they need to do here on the side of Ink Black. They need to be able to replicate what Velvet Sky was able to put into action, but you've got to watch out that Inzap on the flank. They do find it, but now just 2 left up. You've got to watch out for Yoom and for whatever else is going to be brought here to this fight around the tower. Icy on that Stamper moving in, trying to make some plays. Space Seal does go down, and now they're turning their eyes towards Toto here in the corner. Icy's just a little bit on a rampage there, along with their Zap player here as well. Velvet Sky winning those fights really expertly. You saw how they moved together, the Zap plus Icy, to just be able to push around people. You saw Icy would back them up, that Zap would be able to find the kill. It was excellent teamwork.
Yeah, for sure. Icy zooming around in the Zipcaster. They've been doing such an excellent job as a distraction factor, especially even last time on Tower Hagglefish when they were running with the Zipcaster. It's been huge, and Ink Black has definitely fallen for it a few times. But once again, Mini finding themselves on the tower, but they are alone, Toma, so they're going to opt to jump out there. It was a not safe scenario for Ink Black to be trying to do anything else here, but Velvet Sky having such a firm hold on the tower, and the re-entrance from Ink Black being called out over and over again. Icy finding a nice double pick, looking in for the third one, pushing Mini back, pincering them back into that corner, but Mini is fighting for their life over there to stay alive, and Toto coming in with the flank, but is now called out as well. Ink Black now in a 3-down scenario, moving the tower back. We are in overtime, Toma, but it's just not going to be quite enough. Velvet Sky taking the set 5-2. Congratulations.
Oh my gosh, Space Seal's there at the very end of it, just fighting for their life, trying to get some jumps in, but unfortunately isn't able to find the second kill there. And you know, that's over when you fall off that tower and somebody else is able to just swim on before that jump comes in. It's all it takes in overtime. But huge push there from Velvet Sky. Super impressive how they played off each other. Here you see a great teamwork from that Zap and from Icy, like I said before, taking these fights together, making sure to find or work together. You find the double pick there. Icy pressuring this top right exactly.
Look at Mini.
Look at the strikes coming in. Mini trying to
Look
survive
at that.
up
Mini
there.
stayed alive through all of that.
That's
all of that.
Anchor instinct to stay alive from that, and Minnie's always
impressive.
been absolutely great at that. And then you have Space Seals. I believe they do find the pick there, but unfortunately that bomb, and then it's just over.
You can feel in your heart how fast they were pressing the jump button to try to get to that tower. You could see it on the screen. That button was being pressed over and over and over again to try to get there as fast as possible. And like, you know, could you imagine if pressing the button faster actually made you jump faster? Could you imagine if that's how it worked?
Jumper in the West.
I would be the fastest jumper ever.
All the time.
I would literally be the fastest ever.
I feel so sad. I don't have a fidget spinner. I message Connor in the middle of something. Could we have a fidget?
It's fine. Falco copy me. So.
I'm with you, Saf. I got you. Hey, that was a fun set.
Yeah, good stuff.
That was a really fun set to watch. I think too, you know, with Ink Black being extremely dominant on game 1, and then seeing Velvet Sky just really doing what they could do in the next few games, especially Yoom. You know, we mentioned Yoom pretty much throughout the entire set, but I think coming in clutch, I believe that was game 4, to really help them seal the deal. Game 4, Game 5, to really make sure that they were on point on that Rainmaker Sturgeon game was absolutely crucial. But hey, Ink Black getting that Game 6 win, able to make this, make this set extend a little more, made it that much more fun for us. But yeah, Velvet Sky moving on to 4-0 in their group, and Ink Black getting their first loss. But hey, Toma, they're not out of it yet. They're not out of it.
No, they are absolutely not out of this. They still have a great chance at playoffs. I do believe that secures Velvet Sky's place in playoffs for them this season. So huge congrats to them. Ink Black still got one last match this upcoming week. Maybe we'll be able to catch that, see if they're able to make their playoffs in this week. But it is huge. I think that these teams have a lot of momentum under their wings. You saw how well they played. This is, a 5-2 set. We like to talk about how, those never paint the full story, of course, and I don't think it did here. Ink Black really pushed it to the limit there some games.
Yeah, and before we actually sign off, I actually did get booted from my lobby to get the Splatfest news, so we are going to read the results here on stream. If you don't want the results live here, then you know where to look away.
Plug your ears.
Okay.
Plug your ears.
Plug your ears.
So wait,
we're gonna look at the Splatfest
what team
results.
was everybody here? Because I think we're all on different teams.
I was on
poll?
team. I was literally the only person on Team Zombie. I don't know anybody else besides
team
Kia.
Skeleton.
Oh, I was Team Ghost.
So we're all on different teams.
Yeah, we're all on different
ghosties
teams.
at? Where all my ghosties at?
Let's take a look at the results here. Everybody's a ghost. I don't know what you're talking about. I also know I did not win as Team Zombie. I am aware of that, so that's fine.
My matches were pretty slay.
I'm rooting for you for your downfall. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, sure. Let's go with that.
Yeah. So there's the conch. We already knew that one.
We knew the conch, and we knew the halftime result, I believe, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skeleton
had that
halftime.
one. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Oh, that was actual votes. Yeah, Ghost.
I was not expecting.
Wait,
Skeleton
how did Zombie
to be the
beat
least
Skeleton
popular.
for that? Is that?
Yeah.
Whoa.
That was probably Japan. I'm sure.
I am interested about
If
that.
I'm surprised.
Yeah,
Nobody
interesting.
on Zombie.
Yeah, that's okay. That's interesting.
Falco, are you a big Cranberries fan?
Zombie. Or in your head.
In your head.
Zombie.
Okay, come on, Clout. Come on, Skeletons. This is where we take it home.
I'm so sorry, Team Zombie. We didn't get anything. Yeah, we got nothing.
Oh, Skeleton. Yo.
Unfortunately, not the tricolor.
Not the tricolor. We'll take a look at the results. I think we kind of know who got this, but that's fine.
Know.
That's
Don't
fine.
change it.
Don't change it. You're right.
Whoa.
The tricolor.
Let's go, ghosties.
Yeah,
the tricolor sold it there.
Them ghosts 0 to 24 to 33. Congratulations, Team Ghost.
I'll take second place.
It doesn't. Okay, second and third don't matter. You get the same.
It matters. It matters in my heart.
I didn't even get to ruler.
That's a loser mindset.
It matters in my heart.
I think I've won. It's fine.
I think I've won 2 Splatfests. Listen.
No, I didn't even get to ruler for this Splatfest, so it's fine. I didn't play any tricolor or anything, anyways.
Oh, it's okay. The tricolor map was.
Yeah,
it was
pretty
a choice.
Questionable. Yeah, pretty questionable. So I think you're good.
Oh, okay. Congratulations to all of us who got our sea snails. We're the real champions for the people who played and got sea snails. I think that's fair to say.
Winner mindset. W.
Thank you.
Time to go blow them all, re-rolling things.
I could never. I have 120 sea snails, and I don't use them ever.
I did that until I needed 45 special
like a squirrel
chunks.
Saf and Toma, this was it for week 4 of Ludi. We have
week 4.
Week 4. We have one more week of the regular season next week. We have the makeup week and then all of playoffs. So hey, there's still a lot that is at stake for a lot of these teams who we have seen, who have been playing. Ludi season's not over yet. You still got another week, potentially 2. if you're in a very funky division who's had a lot of reschedules, maybe you have like 2 or 3 sets that you still have to play, so it's going to be interesting.
Maybe someone has all 5 and we stream their entire Ludi session.
Their entire Ludi
that's a very
session, yeah.
what was the CCA team that they had to do that? It was like Florida Gulf Coast, I think. They had to reschedule all of their sets and literally play them all back to back in a 5-hour duration.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's really intense.
Yeah. That's going to be it for tonight. So thank you guys for hanging out. Always love closing out Ludi tonight with you both. We will sign off, and Saf will start with you.
Absolutely. You can find me on Twitter at Safirea. That's 2 P's. That's 2 A's. On Twitter, maybe on Blue Sky at some point. You could also find me running around and rummaging in the woods like a truffle pig looking for mushrooms, or spinning some fidget, you know what I'm saying? Toma, what about you?
Hey yo, if you need that invite code, let me know, Saf. I'll hook you up. But you can find me at twitch.tv/ttoma_, or on Twitter at Cressavgatier, or on Blue Sky at Toma SPL.
Thank you guys, and you can find me, Falco Flyer, on Twitter. Yeah, no, Twitch,
Water.
Falco Flyer 11 on Twitter. It's whatever. And Falco Flyer on Blue Sky. So thank you guys for hanging out. This has been Ludi Tonight, your Sunday night edition. Hopefully, we're going to be live again next week. We're thinking Thursday. Typically, and thankfully, we've had a Ludi Tonight literally Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday for the entire Ludi set, or the entire Ludi season. It's been really cool. So we're going to go live again next weekend. So you guys do not go anywhere. Thank you all for watching Ludi Tonight on Splatoon Tourney, and we will see you next week.